Hello. Oh, Sammy boy. Well, we're still down to Luke. Uh, yeah, I mean everyone's in the roll 20 except Luke. Oh dear. Oh, it's not. Those goblins are going to be hitting hard, Matt. I mean, Sam's still having his dinner. What have you got, Sam? Oh. What? You got anything with your apple tart? Ooh. What? What was the score? Oh. I'm so glad I captained Calvert Lewin. Everton had 38 shots. So neither Bamford or Calvert Lewin then. In a game that had 38 shots, two strikers, neither of them scored. What is this? Aha.
It's really, really weird. I've been really looking forward to this session for like all week, and then all of a sudden we get to this session, and I'm kind of sat here like, what am I doing again? What?
Well,
very strange.
Thank you.
Let's kick things off.
Do you want to catch up on mail?
Let's kick things off.
Try some mayo.
Oramis is getting mail. Good start.
Oramis is getting mayo.
Oh,
But hey,
a little bit more.
it's
What
Hattie
the-
unloading her mail on you.
what the hell, man?
Oh, that is so...
Hey, we've also got Hellman.
Anyone else got it? Anyone else want to pull it out?
I'm so sorry.
That's
Matt,
okay.
you got some
Thank you for
help
bringing it up.
there?
Yeah.
Matt's frozen.
Oramis is just having dinner.
That's cool.
What are you having? Beat
was
Wellington.
it. Yeah,
God's
Matt's
having dinner
frozen,
too.
Or he's just
I'm-
holding a sarcastic face.
I've got quiche, chips, and vegetables.
Oh, lovely.
Oh,
What a way to start.
I've got
Hot.
chicken, chips, a pita bread, and some salad. Oh shit.
Is that a gluten-free pita bread, Ben? Or are you living life on the edge?
He is sitting down for 3 hours.
That's right.
Yeah, but he's
Nah,
gonna
mate.
feel real guilty when the
Ever since
goblins
Boris
start-
Johnson gave
start
that,
killing us.
ever since Boris gave that speech and said about like people, you know, doctors having to choose who to save and who to, I've been shitting myself every time I put anything in my mouth. Honestly, awful. But anyway,
Did you hear what Boris said in his thing? He said, "'Tis the season to be jolly, but 'tis also the season to be jolly careful."
Jolly careful.
that's the
And all
most
that delightful.
first class thing I've ever heard. And
Does
after
our
that,
fabulous DM want to
Let's
take
get-
it away?
yeah. Aren't you guys doing your whole intro thingy majiggies, or are we not doing that anymore?
We just have to do it for the first one, and that was it.
I'm
Okay.
looking up it on the.
I'm Oramis and I like quiche and chips with a bit of mayonnaise.
Thank you for that. Luke.
Hi, I'm Mazzy. I don't
good.
like big Wellingtons.
I'm
Ben, I can't eat gluten.
I can't believe these are my friends.
I'm Gylndan and I don't care about the status quo.
And on that note, let's get into it. So last session was a not very eventful one and not very eventful one. So obviously you guys, session before, were traveling all the way up to the north because you found this tablet which told you where the oldest treasure was somewhere in the north. So you travelled up north and you engaged this party of this warband of orcs, this small sect of this warband. We began last session with you finishing those off. Gylndan, utilising his magic with quite some prowess, teleporting up, taking away their range capabilities. Then Gylndan and Oramis taking out the eyes of this great ogre that happened. Dokrumir being the health of the party, managing to heal everyone, and Mazzy swung a thing around a little bit.
The only contribution Mazzy made was that he brought his brother who led all the orcs.
No, and
Actually,
in the session before, he stole everyone's
first person
kills.
who died on that day, I killed. You pushed him off the cliff, and I finished him off, and that was it. I was done.
Yeah, that's true.
I
After
peaked.
the fight, you interrogated Mazzy's twin brother Davyak, who led these forces. All these forces had this similar tattoo going up their arm, this like snake-like pattern down their arm and a dragon on their shoulder with a diamond above, no, a sun above and a diamond below. This turned out to be the warband of the mysterious V, a guy who was after the daggers, and a guy who had attacked you guys before, actually, sent an assassin to get you in Blackwidow.
Oh,
So you got-
exactly.
Yeah, that's me.
Dun dun dun.
So you guys kept traveling north. You went into a cave. Doc had a dream. Oramis stole some shit. Maybe we don't know. No one knows yet.
I do.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah,
about
Mazzy does.
I mean, Mazzy knows something's been
And
stolen.
you proceeded to... Yeah, Mazzy knows something's been stolen. He doesn't exactly know what, and he doesn't exactly know who did it. Although I'll give you 3 guesses.
yeah, he's very good at basic deduction.
And continuing on north, you were approached by members of the Hidden Leaf tribe, a local tribe of wood elves in the north who fled north to escape the kind of society and be more one with nature. And that's where we are now. They tasked you with collecting some idols. So a storm passed by after your fight the previous day, and the storm kind of wrecked a lot of their village. And while they were trying to repair their village and this and that in the storm and protect their people, some goblins came into their shrine and stole these 3 bronze idols. One of a hand like this, the sign of Melora, and one of a bird and one of a bear. These little small things that they just kept on the shrine. You were tasked with going after these goblins and collecting these idols, bringing them back, and they would then take you to this waterfall that is supposedly the location of the treasure of all the grave rocks of this great, massive mound of treasure that I'm sure you're all looking forward to spending. And on that note, you also found out that Lazarus apparently journeyed north a little bit and met some of the members of the Hidden Leaf tribe.
Lazarus.
Probably looking for you guys.
Was it Lazarus? Was it definitely Lazarus?
Well, they said Baron's something, and they said he had a crazy sister, so I can probably... I can just tell you guys straight out that, yes.
Can vampires fly now? Because how the hell did he overtake us?
Well, you guys were fucking around a lot.
What do you mean?
We had to fight Matt's brother.
I know that felt like a
in.
long time, but really that was only
Really,
about
that was like an hour.
Yeah.
I think that fight took us 2 weeks, actually.
It kept stopping, it was really annoying.
I think if you actually counted up the number of rounds,
Had to go to work in the middle of it.
It was like less than 10, so the whole thing would have been over within a minute. Seeing as a combat round is technically 6 seconds.
Oh,
So-
see, I don't believe that, because I don't
Matt has
believe...
a turn, I have a turn, Luke has a turn, Sam has a turn, and all the goblins and orcs had their turn, and all of that takes place within 6 seconds.
I don't agree with that, personally. I just think it
Is it
takes
6
however
seconds
long it would
each?
take, but it's about 6 seconds.
No, it's 6 seconds total.
Like your average swing, miss, swing, hit, swing, miss, swing, hit of everyone is probably
Well, it's
about
like
6
I
seconds, but
attack
then
the
you've got
orc in
people like
front of
climbing
me, but
stuff.
it's also trying to attack me back, and that's going on simultaneously, and Matt's shooting an arrow at someone, and
Yeah, I guess it is all meant to be like kind of simultaneous. Whatever.
rather than everyone standing there
Anyway,
going,
start the session.
Mazzy, you hit him! Go, Mazzy! You got him this time! Oh, you have missed him. Never mind, try again when we've all tried to hit something else.
What do you guys want to do? So you're in this village. You were told that tracks lead east behind the shrine in the village. I'll get a village like proper thinged up, but this scene that you see in front of you is the basic gist of it. What would you like to?
We need to go do a bit of investigating of these tracks, see if we can follow them. You know, I don't know if you've got anyone that might be good at following tracks.
More specifically, goblin tracks. Cough, cough,
That's you.
Mazzy.
Mazzy.
Oh, me. Sorry.
Stop chatting on your phone and pay attention.
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
Matt, all your friends are here.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Who
you
are you
guys did
messaging
want
on the phone?
I have other friends other than you, Luke, just to let you know.
What a
Lies.
I
bombshell
can't
that
believe
is.
that.
Yeah, like me. Anyway, so yeah, if you guys wanted to follow those tracks, make survival checks, Mazzy with advantage,
Yes.
to make life partly
Are we
for me easier and
Are we all
partly for
rested
other
up,
reasons.
by the way?
Oh yeah, yeah. So you guys didn't actually do anything the day before, and you did stay in that cave overnight. So you do have all of your stuff back, you have all your spell slots back, and everything like that. But you,
I've knocked off a 14 one of my divination rolls. Does anyone remember what I used that for? It was probably something completely pointless. Did we buy anything?
I don't remember.
Oh, we did. We bought something. I think I tried to persuade. Did we buy rations?
Yeah, we bought.
Yeah, you bought rations, and you tried to. Yeah, you tried to persuade. The guy for.
Oh, I got a good deal on that.
You did.
Yeah.
10 bucky.
No way you can get for 10 bucky.
What's his fucking name? Angus is
We're
going to pipe up to
Still
the group.
here.
He's still there. However, he's going to kind of look at you guys. He's a little. He looked very, very tired. He is first and foremost a scholar, and clearly wasn't expecting this amount of work. So he's going to kind of look up at you guys and just say something. Lads, if the village will have me, I think I'd like to stay here. You lads go on. And unfortunately, it takes a little more than armor and weapons to actually be able to kill anything. So I'm gonna stay here. You? No, I'm not afraid. A little bit, but
okay, you stay
my
here.
feet are knackered. I'm tired.
Okay, you stay here, Angus. Play nicely with the other villagers.
Other villagers, they're so tall. They'll hardly hear me from down here. And as you guys are talking, you have those. He's a gnome, so he's about 3 foot. He is about 3 foot, so to most of you, he's barely up to your knees. When
we approach something as a 5, we must look our 4th and a half. 3 medium-sized people, a dwarf, and then a gnome.
It kind of looks like the evolution of man, if you kind of look at it. So,
well, I'm just disappointed if we're the end product of that.
Anyway, so yeah, one of the local village people, Adran, who you guys met last time, was escorting you around, and he'll kind of take Angus to the quarters, which you guys were promised. You guys were promised some quarters there, and stay there if you could collect the idols back. They're very, very clearly quite important to this tribe. And yeah, if you want to follow the tracks out of the village, make me survival checks, Mazzy with advantage. Please.
As if you just do yours first, and then
Mazzy can probably just do his first, and then we'll see.
Where am I clicking, sorry?
Survival.
Wisdom survival down the bottom of
where
your
can
skills list.
Oh, I got it right at the bottom. Cool, sorry. My bad.
Oh, what a good roll!
what a good roll! If everyone, Oramis picking up the trail.
What did Oramis
As
get?
always.
Oramis got a 19.
Oramis got 19.
Well, we'll give it a go just for the shits and giggles, eh?
Yeah. So Mazzy manages to find.
Oh!
Mazzy manages to find the first. Oh God! So you guys are all kind of looking around the shrine. And Mazzy manages to find the first kind of inklings and signs of the goblins being around there. Some footprints around some of the sort of paved paths near the village. And Oramis quite skillfully manages to locate some more things using the kind of wet ground, still kind of wet from last night. Gylndan, however, decided, no, guys. What are you guys thinking? Why would they have gone back the way they came? Why would they not go through the town? So Glyndon's just walked off in the town, realised he's an idiot, and come back.
It's nice when you roll one and there's no physical effects. It's just humiliation.
Yeah, it's great. So you guys head out through town, heading out from the town into the wilderness. You are following the tracks for about 15-20 minutes, passing over like a small little river. No bridge across it, so you guys just wade through one of the shallow areas. Barely goes up to your boots. It's fine, wet and nothing soiled. Passing over the area, so you start heading east, and on the map it sort of gets a little more rough, a little more rocky, a little more mountainous. And the terrain definitely seems a little more rough, and you eventually find yourselves, in this forest, and you can sort of smell smoke, and you can smell this it's almost like really, really rancid BO. To which Mazzy kind of perks up. Mazzy kind of perks up, smelling a distinct distinct flavour of blood amidst all the smells, and he realizes this.
Whatever takes your fancy.
This is the smell of goblins. There are goblins afoot somewhere, gentlemen, and you head a little bit further into the thing, and you guys end up. If you could all place your characters around up here.
Just quickly, has anyone else noticed the character sheets updated?
Yes.
Yeah,
With the
I
items.
was about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like it.
Different. Well, I think it makes sense to have all
Is
the
it?
money.
What
at
has
the top.
Oh, yeah, it
exactly
is.
changed?
I mean, rather than
I've
having
seen
the money
the
down the
currency
side,
in my
all the
goals.
money is at the top.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they've added a tick
I've seen that,
feature,
but
so
is there
you can,
anything else?
Tick off
Tick off
something.
items.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's useful.
Yeah, that's actually quite useful to say
Yeah,
that you've instead of like deleting stuff or say that you're just putting it down. I actually hadn't. I was on last night and this wasn't even on. So, in fact, I was on earlier today and this wasn't even on. So that must be very, very recent. I quite like it actually.
It's changed.
It's pretty cool. Anyway, so if you guys could stick yourselves somewhere up here as you enter the area of the elf forest. Let me just miniature you guys
boys
down.
are so big.
Not gonna lie,
Thank you.
those must be goblins. They kind of look a bit like Grogu. Topical.
You
I didn't- Go on.
Oh. Yeah, so you walk up kind of through this clearing. Everyone makes stealth checks on me.
Oh shit.
Let me actually get up.
Oh Matt, you're so stealthy.
Well, I'm glad
Oh,
that's
that's-
stealthy.
Oh, wow.
because I am not, if I can find stuff. Hey, that's a natural one!
Oh Lord!
That's because
You
I-
are
Your big
dropping the
clumping
team there.
wow.
It's because I roll
dwarf.
stealth with disadvantage because I wear scale mail, so I clank.
We're really light-footed going up, and then you just hear JJ going chunk, chunk, chunk.
It's that
You
scene
should
from
keep
Lord
it
of the
down.
Rings when they first get to the forest and Gimli's like, no elf will sneak up on me. I have the eyes of a hawk and the ears of a fox. And then all of a sudden there's just a bow in his face.
What's
That
the dwarf
so
breed?
loudly we could have shot him in
Yeah.
the dark.
Mark.
So you guys make it up. You make it up to the camp, and immediately you see these. You can see these goblins down the bottom. This is like a set of ruins. The walls that you can see here, unless they like this wall here, is about up to waist height, but the rest are like just up to your feet. You can't step over them.
Oh, small people
Ruins of some
walls.
kind of old keep or old something or other. And the goblins over here seem to be eating something, like nibbling on something over the fire, and these two over here seem to be having a bit like a wrestling spat, wrestling, a bit of a wrestling match. But they soon stop as they hear this ching, ching, ching,
Ow.
ching, ching, and hear you guys coming up, and immediately these goblins would kind of walk up here, having a very quick look around. I'm just going to roll a quick perception check on them. Just to...
Oh, they're going to see the
I mean, they know-
one.
I mean, okay,
Ben,
they're going to know something's there.
How many rolls are you doing? One for each.
Yeah, I'm just going to do one for
Okay,
each
cool.
of these two.
That's cool.
Because they all definitely
I
have
know
heard
dogs-
something.
I know Doc's rolled a natural one, but because the rest of us have rolled quite high, is it possible that we can like say to him, "Look, mate, shut the fuck up"?
No, that,
Yeah,
because I
that's-
can't make my armor silent.
I know. Theoretically, yeah, we can't. But I mean, is there a way to get around this? Is what I'm saying.
Well,
Cast
that's
just
why.
silence.
If the rest of you had rolled particularly badly, I just say, all right, roll initiative. However, yes, some of you rolled particularly high. One of you rolled up a 20, and one of you rolled a 19. So I'm going to roll a quick perception, as they would have heard. They've definitely heard one of you. They've definitely heard just
Fair
one of you.
The irony is, if I didn't roll,
Oh, one of them rolled
I could have rolled an 18.
So these goblins, they're kind of looking around, and they're kind of like, They kind of look. They're kind of like walking around, looking around. You guys. Most of you are hiding in the tree line. However, these guys are going to slowly walk up. Then you go.
I love them
I'm
already.
gonna get some weird looks. I'm gonna get some weird looks from my house later. And Dokrumir,
Ben, you were in your room on your laptop shouting weird noises.
And they're definitely going to see. They're definitely going to see Dokrumir after walking up here. However, the rest of you are still kind of hidden. They rolled pretty badly, so I'd probably just say with Dokrumir's natural one, they've definitely seen and found Dokrumir, but they haven't found the rest of you. The rest of you are still can still
Do
be
we get
hidden.
a surprise action?
You can do, yeah, if you wanna.
How sneaky is that sneak attack?
Sneak attack!
How do you want to
yeah,
decide
if
who goes first out of us three?
out of you three, just I'd probably say in this instance, you don't have to be an initiative. They've seen Dokrumir, they know he's there. They don't know the rest of you are there, so you'd kind of, I guess, read all three of you at the same time around, turn around and thing. So roll to hit on whatever you're doing, or roll whatever. Yeah. Which one are you aiming at? Which one are you aiming at first of all?
Oh.
I'm going to aim two at one and two at the other.
Which one are you aiming at, Sam?
Everyone's just going
I
fucking loud
assume it's
immediately.
communicating.
Yeah, so I'm putting two. I'm putting 7 into each basically. Ben, what does that do?
Okay, I'm gonna aim for the one on the right. So this one.
All right. Well. Yeah,
They're all fucking dead.
They're all fucking dead. They're all fucking dead. Gylndan turns around with his magic missile, and I'd probably say, "Oh my god, yeah, you killed him as well." With the combined damage of all of that, yeah, these two.
Okay. So
These two are gone. These two are definitely.
We've
Gone.
made up for your calamitous stealth, Doc.
I'm just going to tell you, was that really necessary?
Yes.
It seemed like an overreaction.
I mean,
to the
you made it
situation.
necessary.
It seemed like an overreaction
And with all that
to kill
shouting-
them.
And with all that shouting, these others are gonna be like, walking over and find their friends dead. You've all peeked out of the thing now, so I'm guessing they can all see you.
Yeah.
Beg to differ.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
sneak-
Oramis is actually
sneak attack boys at the back.
Oramis is actually still hidden. And out of this tent, you finally
fuck.
see a larger goblin, a humanoid goblin with, instead of like red skin, tufts of hair over his head. It's kind of tufts of hair under his
What's on his
chin as
chest?
well. Armor.
What's on his chest? Oh, because it looks
And a
like
shield.
a metal bra.
Hold on.
Oh, it does look
shield.
as well. But no,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
wearing.
when you
He's
zoom
wearing
in,
sort of.
When you
it's
zoom in,
armor
it's a
and a
shield.
shield, but when you're zoomed out, it does look
Yeah.
slightly like a metal bra.
Mama goblins on her way out.
He wears this sort of chain shirt. He has a kind of a great sword in one hand and a shield in the other. He's like, "Oi, what are you all smelling at?" And these are all just going to go pointing over towards you. And with that, gentlemen, I think we'll roll initiative. Let's get it going. First bit of combat of the day.
2 5s.
Oh, and you both have the
Oh.
same decks as well.
Oh, sneak attack. I shot first.
Oh,
Everything.
sneak attack, I shot first. Jesus. Alright, so that's going to go...
Nothing screams
uh,
exciting Saturday night football like West Brom Sheffield United.
Doc and Mazzy, can you both just roll me a D20? Just a random D20. Just to decide which one of you goes first. There we are, Doc
Unanimous.
goes first.
Oh my god, I'm rolling. so
Where are the
badly.
goblins? In the order, Ben?
Roll better on your attacks.
The
I really
goblins
will
in the order, Sam.
Magic missile
You'll
boy
find
with-
out soon.
No, I think I'm just going to aim for the big guy. Let magic missile the rest of them just sort it out.
That's fair.
The goblins of the order, you'll find out. Oramis, however, it is your turn with that 22. Take it away. What would you like to do?
If I move, do I lose the sneak?
You can. I'd say you're probably still in the tree line. So as long as you stay along these trees, that'll be fine. But you would need to make a stealth check.
Okay.
But he's currently hidden at the moment.
He is currently hidden at the moment. Yeah, you beat all their passive perception. So yeah, and the perception things.
Okay. I would like to move to about here.
To about here, yeah. Make
So if I can
me.
roll stealth.
Yeah, make me a stealth check.
How quiet is the boy? Very quiet.
Oh, that's alright.
Yeah, that's pretty damn quiet. Yeah, you've managed to you kind of managed to duck and weave between the trees before any of them can really notice you, and yeah, you are still hidden. They still don't quite realize where you are. Proper stealthy boy. Would you like to do anything else?
From there, I'd like to
Oh.
fire
Oh. Have we got an audience?
Fire. A hand crossbow. I did, but she's disappeared.
It's your big moment.
Hand crossbow.
That most definitely
Nice.
hits. Which one are you hitting, by the way?
I'm actually aiming for the big one.
The big one. Damn
So
right. Yeah. Roll damage.
with your hand
Obviously,
crossbow.
with my hand crossbow, so that I would say that has disadvantage, but
Doesn't
at
matter.
22, there's not any disadvantage.
22. I wouldn't say it has a disadvantage either because
It does have disadvantage on distance. Hand crossbow is only 30 feet.
Oh, is it only 30 feet?
Mm.
I didn't realise that, but that's 22. That's fine. Yeah.
Take your weakest roll, which is still 22.
So not only do I shoot first, but I'm sneak attacking.
He's sneak attacking. So roll
Good
damage.
lord.
So that's 14 damage, and then roll me a d6. 2. Yeah, 16 damage. So you fired this crossbow bolt into this hobgoblin, going right round his shield, piercing straight into a gap in his armor. That's really laid a hit on him. He kind of stumbles back. It's gone straight into his shoulder. He stumbled back, falls to the ground, but manages to muster the strength to get back up, and probably looks over you. Like, kind of growls and screams at you, and points his sword at you. Like, I'm taking you.
Oh, Ben as the
Out to dinner.
DM thinks I've finally laid a trap for these guys that will kill them. Oramis sneak attack and I shot.
No, to be fair, that was really good turn. Anything else, Oramis?
Nope. I'm gonna sit in the bush still.
Cool. Yeah, brilliant. Gylndan, it is your turn.
Right.
Right.
I'm gonna move up here. I'm gonna cast level 2 magic missile. Let's give it everything we got. Do you want me to before I fire them? I'm gonna do 2 into that guy,
Which guy?
and the one in front of me,
Okay, yeah.
and then the one down and to the right of him.
2
I'm
into that guy, 1 into that guy.
Yeah,
Alright.
no, 2 into each.
Oh, 2 into each. Okay.
Yeah, because it's level 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those first 2 into the guy in front of me, and the
Yeah.
last 2 into the guy far right.
First to the 2 in front of you. Yeah. So he's blast this goblin with magic missile. Two of these kind of bolts striking him in the chest. He falls over,
Gylndan,
gets
why
up,
do you feel the need
looks
to get
around.
closer?
Pardon?
Well, it's more of a statement of authority.
Okay.
You know, like
He does manage to kind of like scrawnily get up. He is pretty much on one shot, and he kind of and he's running the fuck away. Or
Ciao.
he will on his turn. Anything else? The guy below, actually, the guy below you, he's gone. He's gone. He's definitely gone. Yeah. These 3 magic missile bolts strike this goblin, sending this little green scrawny body flying backwards, even despite the little armor that he wears. Anything else, Lyndon?
Nah. That'll do. That's enough.
Fair enough. It's the rest of the goblin's turn, and like I said, this guy here, he's been reduced to 1 HP. 3 of his friends have died by just one dude. He's fucking pelting it away. He's fucking gone. And in his turn, he can move 30 feet. No, 25 feet. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So he's going to run probably actually back here, like behind this tree, to try and break line of sight. With you. These 2 are still a little bit hardy, a little bit strong, the 2 goblins, and they're going to try and move up. Pardon?
Would the goblin dash to run away?
Now would he, JJ? That is a good question.
I think if you've said he's gone behind cover, so that's quite a good reasoning to not dash him. But
well, yeah, exactly. I have my reasons.
Just not all of them correct necessarily.
So this guy here, this little goblin, he's gonna feel brave. He's gonna feel smart. He's gonna move up to here, and he's gonna give.
He's gonna miss. I think actually is what you'll find, Ben.
Oh really, Sam?
Yeah,
really?
he's gonna roll a 2, and he's gonna miss.
Oh wow! Oh god, yeah. So yeah, this goblin swings his little sword. Swings this pathetic excuse of a sword, really, round, completely missing, kind of stumbling to the floor. And this guy here is going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to do the same. 11 plus 1. 12. There's a 12 hit, Sam.
I believe it does. Yeah, it does. He's going to cut me.
Could you take 7 damage?
7?
7 damage as
that's deserved, I think.
Swipe straight across your leg, probably gashing your leg a little bit. And this final goblin here, he's just going to move up towards Oramis, so 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Going to use his dash, 25, 40. Move up here to face Oramis. And that'll be the Gobbo's turn.
Goblos?
He uses extra dash. Gobbos, yes. I've been watching too much of this YouTuber who calls them Gobbos, and it's just getting to me. Doc, you're up.
I'm just going to move up to stand next to Gylndan. I'm going to stand on this side of it. And I'm just going to hold my action until something attacks either me or Gylndan, and then I'm going to hit it if they do.
Alright. Cool. Yeah, fair enough. Is that everything?
Yep.
No bonus actions or anything like that?
Nope. I'm just gonna,
Cool. Mazzy, you're up from behind the tree line.
Can I get all the way to here for a flank?
Where were you? Where did you start? Here?
I was, yeah.
You need to be
Yeah,
here
so-
for the flank. You need to be one square down to
Yeah.
10, 15,
Sorry.
20, 25, 30. No, you can get to here.
Oh, right, well, I'll go there then.
Yeah, you can get to there. And anything else?
Well, I'm going to... That's in close enough to attack the big guy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, roll to hit, please. Damn, yeah, that just about hits.
Thank God.
Roll damage.
Oh my lord, what are you using?
That's
Oh,
rolled.
That doesn't count as a crit.
That's rolled.
That's rolled for the crit.
Yeah.
Take the
So
14.
you've only got the 14.
I mean, that's not bad, is it? It's not bad.
It's a
No,
D12
no,
plus 4.
But either way, on the 14, how do you kill this hobgoblin?
Christ, straight up.
What joke?
What a fucking joke!
I think I'm just going to come in and just decapitate him with my swords. Just.
Jesus.
So, accused Matt of kill stealing before.
I mean, to be fair, the man's rolled a 14. That's
Stole
That's,
my
kill.
I mean, isn't that what Oramis rolled as well? With his
I rolled a 16.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, don't undersell me here.
I do apologise.
Yeah. So the hobgoblin dude. Hold on, I need to move him to the side so that I can do that. So you move up to him. The hobgoblin dude didn't even realize, probably not even realizing that you were there. Looks up and just swipe across his face. Head completely taken off. Blood splattering everywhere. It's quite the fiasco.
Quite the fiasco.
Oramis, it's your turn. There's still three goblins left. This little goblin over here. These two. What would you like to do?
I'm just fuming that Mazzy stole my kill. So I'm actually just going to walk off.
How very in character.
Just walk off.
And that's my
amazing. That's amazing.
I'm not even sorry.
All right. That was brilliant.
Oramis does have previous with kill stealing and getting grumpy. As he had with
Oh my god.
Harris and Ralph on the ship.
Oh.
Yeah. Didn't you nut him? You nutted a guy that helped us because he nicked your kill.
I mean, to be fair, he also did walk over him and refuse to revive him.
That is
What,
true.
Ralph?
That was the main bit, obviously.
Obviously.
Anyway, Gylndan, it is your turn.
Okay. Do I have line of sight on this little fella?
Oh, what little fella?
The one.
No, he's currently behind a tree. If you kind of imagine the tree stump being around the middle of that tree, you wouldn't have
Okay.
line of sight on him.
Currently
now.
behind a tree and dark.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Let's mix it up. Let's hit this guy with the goat staff.
Alright.
And if it's good enough, I'm gonna launch him.
Can you launch him towards Oramis?
Oh, I did not mean to do that. Forget that. I'm just so used to clicking magic missiles. Oh, that'll hit.
Oh, fuck. Alright,
I'm gonna two-hand this guy. I'm not even, if it goes well, the launch might not be necessary, but we'll decide after the damage. Oh yeah, it was. Oh, it's two-handed's less damage. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with the two-hand, and I'm gonna launch him.
Alright. So you've launched him back 10 feet. Basically, just like I'm imagining this like a golf swing.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore style. And he's he's going to need to make a Dex save. What's the DC again?
Is it? It's a spell, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think mine's 13.
Alright. He fails. You got a 12.
Oh.
So
I've launched him
Yeah.
onto his dead mate's corpse.
you've launched him past his dead mate's corpse. It's 10 feet, so 5'10". No, yeah, he is on his dead mate's corpse, flying back, like hurtling through the air, landing, kind of softened the blow, softened the
Yeah.
landing by his dead mate's corpse, but still, ow. Anything else?
I don't know. This might be so unnecessary, but I think I might do it anyway. I'm gonna cast Misty Step, and I'm just gonna appear in front of this guy. Hello there.
Yeah, so you kind of cast Misty Step, disappearing in this what do you call it last time? It's like a
Yeah, it's just get enveloped in mist, and then I
Yeah.
just teleport in front of him.
disappearing into the mist, and you appear through this mist in front of this goblin. He's like, "Ah!" Absolutely terrified
I don't blame him.
of the scary wizard man. Scary wizard man in front of you. It'll be the goblin's turn. It'll be the goblin's turn. This guy in front of Doc is gonna have a swing at Doc.
My held action goes off then.
Your held action does indeed go off.
And we got a dead gobbo, I think.
Take your thing then. Or would it go before or after? I don't know.
I thought it would go before.
Remember whether or not he gets his attack before I get my reaction or not. I think he does.
I think he does because it's a reaction.
Yeah, it's my reaction to his attack. I'm not preempting his attack.
Yeah. Alright, well, does a 14 hit?
14?
Yeah.
No.
Alright, well, yeah, so he kind of like jabs at you with this. Jabs at you this like mini little hand axe, kind of swings it across, completely misses. You kind of just dismiss it away from you with your shield really, really easily. And you wind up your hammer arm, whatever you're gonna do for your attack. Go for it.
That's rolled twice, but I'll take the first one.
I'll take the first one. 24 doesn't hit the goblet. Yes, it does hit the goblet. Yeah. Roll me some damage.
This would be two-handed because I haven't yet unslung the shield. So
go for it.
13.
Oh, it's a good thing it was.
How do you see this goblin getting absolutely demolished?
I imagine it a bit like a tent peg. It's just into the ground.
But there's no ground for him to go into.
Lawful good my ass, Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, so you gotta like kind of dismissing his attack with you, kind of like brushing his hand past you, and then just sort of bonk.
Was the noise really necessary?
I like to imagine Doc does most of his fighting as a defensive style with the shield, so the extra power of the two-handed was a little bit more than he was used to.
Yeah,
to just kill this goblin
smash
2 times over.
Yeah, so he smashes down on this little goblin's head. You can just see this dent in the kind of goblin's skull now as he just kind of goes.
I feel so guilty.
Dent! Would there be anything left?
There would not be anything left.
There probably wouldn't be anything left. No.
Guilty now.
If that was a person, you would have killed him like twice over. I think I did read a story once about a guy who played as a goblin and he was a wizard and he literally had like, I think it was something like 7 hit points or something because he had a minus in Constitution.
Oh my god.
Or no, it was like 8. It was like 8. So he had a -1 in Constitution, and he was like downed all the time. Very funny story.
Imagine.
Yeah. So he's definitely dead. There is one goblin left who's currently lying prone over here, and Gylndan, I'm scared for this goblin actually as to what. It's not
as bad as what Doc just did,
doing to him.
so that's fine.
You sort of
Probably not, but Mazzy, take it away.
Oh, hello.
Hey, what about the rest of the goblins? Did they not get an action?
They had.
The one in front of me hasn't moved, and the guy there.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought it was your turn.
No, no, that's just my reaction.
Which means you would get your. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this goblin here, probably. I'm trying to think in the mind of a goblin after seeing all of his friends absolutely butchered by the monstrosity that you guys are. His friend is pretty much captured. One of his buddies that he was just with has been bashed down like a tent peg by a dwarf. His captain has been decapitated. He's gone. He's running away. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Dash. 5, 10.
It was a
15,
great idea
20.
to run in that direction, Oramis, wasn't it?
He's fucking gone. Yeah, he's gone. He's dashed. He's fucking out of there. And this final one here is just gonna drop his. The one in front of you, Gylndan, he's just gonna drop his little sword. Drop his little thing. Drop down to his knees, kind of praying, trying to get at your feet, trying to like pray in front of your feet.
Oh, I quite like this.
That'll pretty much be the goblin's turn. And now, Doc, it is your turn because that was your held action. So this will be your actual turn.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up behind this goblin and just try and like pick him up and restrain him.
I guess you can't walk up behind him because he is backed up into like the tree trunk.
Okay.
So I would probably say that square that you're in. Yeah. That's fine. Roll a strength check. Roll a strength check against his strength 14. He's going to roll one to try and sort of nuzzle free. He does not. Yeah. You've got this. You got this little goblin grappling your little arms, trying to thing. Anything else? What are you going to do while you've got him in your?
No, I'm just gonna kind of wait and then kind of signal Mazzy and Oramis come over and we'll interrogate him, I guess. Question him politely.
All right, Mazzy, you're up. I guess this is you're probably out of initiative now. You guys have pretty much destroyed these guys. You've got this final one in. In kind of hold. We'll say that's out of initiative. Good job. That was brutal.
Fast. Very fast.
You work fast. You lads work quick.
We are
So,
quite a good group of mercenaries.
You sort of are, yeah. What would you guys like to do now with this little goblin?
Can I?
You're out of initiative, so anyone can.
Yeah, can we interrogate him? Just ask him.
Do any of you guys speak goblin?
No.
I can give it a good shot, Ben, if you want.
I know one of you that does.
Mazzy, got to be you, surely.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
Doesn't your ranger ability allow you to speak goblin?
Yes. So when you gain this feature, you
Also,
also learn
I
one
think
language of your
languages.
choice that is spoken by your favored enemies.
Oh, I speak it. I speak Goblin.
Oh, you speak goblin.
I knew that'd be useful.
Also, Mazzy, I think you might be muted.
Yeah, I am. Sorry, my mum came in a second ago. Forgot.
Right.
Can I just
I
ask
speak
him?
Elven and Common,
Oh, God.
so not Goblin.
Oh, well, Mazzy's Gylndan speaks goblin, so that's good.
Yeah.
What are you asking this little goblin?
I'm gonna ask. Gabba 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 gabba. No. You took some idols from the village. Where are they?
Shiny?
Shiny, bronze, shiny, small, about this big.
Yeah, I think Oramis and I've got no idea here.
I think so. Ben, at this point, you've hesitated, so I'm just gonna level my quarterstaff with your neck and just say, if you tell us, we'll let you go.
I'm gonna tap Gylndan on shoulder and be like, find out his name.
While this is going on,
Yeah.
Mazzy and Oramis are going to have a little look in the tent here.
You find the idols.
Oh, well, no.
Hang on, he didn't seem to know what I was on about when I was talking about idols.
I'm really hoping Oramis knows how to investigate.
Well, if you guys wanted to have a check in the tent, yeah, you can. One investigation, very, very nice.
JJ, do you feel like you and I are the main show, and then Mazzy and Oramis are like the little spin-off that everyone much prefers?
Adults and
A little bit
chaotic
like
children.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a good example. I can't think of one at the moment.
Men in Black versus Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking like Frodo and Samwise, the serious quest, and then they Merry and Pippin, who just stroll off Isengard and found smoking weed.
Well, in the tent. Let's go to you guys in the tent first. In the tent, you guys don't appear to find anything. There's not really much in here. There's like this big kind of rug of this kind of animal hide with a pillow kind of over one side. There's a bunch of just random like bones and meat and stuff kind of left out. Hobgoblins are still goblins after all. They're still a little bit messy and a little bit kind of animalistic, goblinoid. Yeah, feral. You do have this little book you see this little book of, well, it's less a book, more just like scraps of paper that have been compiled together. And you can tell this hobgoblin dude could write. He could write common. He could speak common. If you wanted to give that a read, you could. Otherwise, there's not really much else in the room with a 7 that you can find. The idols definitely aren't there.
Can I have a little read of this book then?
Yeah. So in this book are just a bunch of like random scraps. It just seems like this hobgoblin's like just kind of written down whatever's on his mind. Like, why sky not red? Hobgoblin red. Sky should.
Do you just
be
make
red.
an intelligence save because you're reading?
I mean, I can understand an intelligence check, but an intelligence save?
Do you know what? The amount of brain power required to read it could do some serious damage.
That could do some.
Ben, did
your eyes.
Klein faint in our other game reading something?
He did, yeah.
He rolled on that ones.
Strength so hard to read, you faint.
Further in the book, further in the kind of scraps of paper, there's a couple of bits, just like orders from people. Like we stay here, we watch ruins, kind of thing. And there does seem to be a little excerpt in one of the kind of bits of paper that are near the top, saying goblins come by with shiny. They take shiny to war camp.
Oh, we've pissed on a tiny fire, thinking it's a big bonfire.
Yeah, I mean, how character Sam, I did wonder why you used 3 spells on like 4 goblins.
Well, I thought a lot more was going to come out the tent. Also, I just like eviscerating people. It gives me pleasure.
Fair enough. Back to you guys with the little goblin. What else? What else?
Well,
are you
just so
asking
if you don't have the idols, where are they?
Yeah, friends leave this morning with shiny.
Where to?
Big camp west.
Big Camp West.
No, east. No, west.
Are you sure it's west?
That was decisive, thank you.
Okay. What's your name, little man?
Dob.
Dob. Oh, we can't kill him if he's called Dob. Ah!
Can we keep him as a pet?
Dob, so to ask him, does he like the other goblins that much?
Do you like other
Goblin
goblins that much?
Goblin brothers, but Goblin brothers not scary like you people.
We don't necessarily
Are
have
they
to be
nice
scary.
goblin brothers?
Yeah, they give me chicken.
I've got a hair in my back pack. Can I just give him the hair? I shot it a while ago. It's a bit manky now, so.
It was yesterday.
No, it wasn't even yesterday. It was this morning.
Oh, it was
like,
this
the morning
morning,
of
yeah.
this.
It was canonically this morning.
What is time?
It's time.
Yeah, if you guys think it took. So you're waking up and you're walking for about. You woke up at say 8ish. You're walking for about an hour and a half, and then you were found by those guys. Walked about an hour and a half again to reach the thing. You walked about half an hour to reach here. So it's about midday. It's about 12.
Good point.
12, 1ish.
Oi, Conor Gallagher scored.
Nice. Well, what's our plans for this goblin?
You've
so like,
given him a bit of hair.
yeah. Have you given it from where you are? Have you just lobbed it at him?
Have that.
I think so. If it's just me and Doc there, so he can't understand common, so I'll just sort of while you're holding him, Doc, I'll just say to you, I don't want to kill him, but is it safe to leave him? I'm happy to just knock him out, or do we take him with us to guide us to the camp? I don't trust goblins by nature, but
I think take him with us.
you think? I think that's probably the best option, because otherwise we just knock him out. He wakes up and heads back to camp. So
That's alright. It'll be alright. It's only a goblin.
okay, Dob, you guide us to your brothers.
Oh, yes, me guide. Me,
Okay.
me
And
show.
we'll see
Me
about
show
leaving you
scary
alive at the
spellman.
end. Scary spell, man. I like it.
I'm going to offer Dob some rations.
Ah,
Oh, but I can't give him a hair.
You
Well,
can't
just-
give him a hair.
Just don't lob it at him from 30 feet away.
Yeah, you're really
Alright.
far away.
I'll keep it for now. Might come in handy later.
Alright.
Before we go, the swords that the goblins had, Ben,
Yeah.
what are they like? Are they quite small?
They're pretty tiny. They're for you guys, for all of you guys, they're probably about the size of like short swords. They're really quite crudely made. They sort of look. They're all the same, and they look fairly basic. I mean, make me an intelligence or investigation check or something.
I mean, I'm just thinking of taking a present back for our little gnome friend.
I mean, Angus bought himself a sword.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I remember it being described as quite big, so I was just wondering if these would be better for him or if they're just a load of rubbish.
Probably shit make, aren't they?
Yeah,
For
these
an
are
outreach
these
group of a
are
war band.
from the very basics of what you can tell. These kind of look just like the extreme basic stuff that you would give out to like some kind of like army or something like that. You know, like when you just got to give a load of basic stuff to a load of people.
Cheap and nasty.
It stabs, it slices, it works, but it's really poorly weighted. Like an expert swordsman wouldn't be called dead with any of these, with any of this stuff. And you can tell they're quite old. They've got like little notches and scraps, and some of them are a little blunt in places. But they are swords. They do work. They don't have any penalties or anything like that.
Okay, I'll leave it.
That's fair. That's fair.
He's
Good
probably
to-
better off with what he's got already.
Yeah.
I say stick him in
Ben,
the back line with
that's
Mazzy and that crossbow.
Ben, what time is it?
The time of the day right now is probably around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 1:30.
Do we want to make camp here, or do we want to push up towards the war
No.
camp and then sit there?
I say we go.
I've lost 7 HP, by the way, if anyone fancies lending me some stuff.
And Dob has lost 6 out of the 7 that he
Oh yeah,
has.
we'll patch Dob up and myself. I'm happy to drink a potion.
I mean, we could just take a short rest.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't-
And expend hit die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you
don't-
can do that.
Go
I
on,
don't
Nick.
propose that we stay here for long because there's one of the goblins escaped.
Oh shit! Yeah, well remembered. Okay, right. Well, we can push up and take a short rest a bit
So-
closer to their camp.
Well, we could take a rest here, but I'd say go before it gets.
How
too
long's a
dark.
short rest, Ben?
However the hell long you want it to be. Generally, a short rest can last from an hour to 4 hours, depending
How
on
long will
what
he
you
need
want
to
to
rest?
do in the rest.
How long does he need to rest to get his health back?
Like an
Basically,
hour.
You have
like,
to take a short rest, which is like a minimum of 1 hour, Ben.
Yeah, it's a minimum
well,
of 1 hour. But if you
we'll
guys
just
wanted to
take-
do anything in the time, like fix something or I don't know,
Well,
learn
I
to do
suppose-
something.
If we do take a rest for an hour, then you guys can come into this tent and probably roll investigation a little bit better than us.
We can do that.
Yeah, okay. So we'll take a short rest. We'll
Take a short rest.
head
Roll
and-
some hit die.
Oh, thank you.
I will investigate the tent. Not great. Williams rolled pretty well on his investigation.
And hit
alright.
die as well, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Because you've got a D6, haven't you?
Yeah.
So in the tent with a little bit more investigation, amidst the scraps and piles of random crap that's around here, in the kind of corner of the tent, underneath a lot of the hides and a lot of the random junk that this hobgoblin's been keeping around, like random blankets and tartans and things like that. You do find a small little box, a small little like wooden basic kind of lock box, and inside that is I think it's 10 gold pieces inside this small little small little box, along with a couple of other little items, teeth, like a necklace of teeth from beasts that, I mean, you could make a check to know, but it does look like a beast. They're quite big, almost fangs. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all that's
That's not a lot in there.
all that's left. No, there's really not much in here. This is a very probably Gylndan with his higher investigation.
How much gold is it?
10.
10. Just keep that.
Fair enough.
I was a sharing man before I met Oramis. That's changed my
Now
outlook.
you're an especially sharing man once Oramis knows you've got it.
I don't quite understand how Mazzy and Doc have sort of lost the integrity because Oramis steals stuff. Just gonna say.
Why does everyone get friendly fire when one person does it?
Well, that's a very good point.
Ben, just to let you know, so I've got a skill called Arcane Recovery.
Yes.
So if I take a short rest, I can I can regain a spell slot up to half my level rounded up, so I get one of my level 2 spell slots back.
Yeah, that's cool. Tick that.
That's
tick that
useful.
back up. You can get 1 level 2 or 2 level 1s.
I haven't used the level 1, so I'll take the level 2.
That's fair enough. All right. Well. Yes, you guys rest here for how long did you say? About an hour?
Yeah.
Just an hour, yeah.
Dob's gonna roll one of his little hit die.
Doc is patching up Glyndon's cuts and bruises.
I'd imagine something like that. Dob's gonna roll his hit die, which funnily enough is a D4 for such a tiny little thing. Oh, 3. Dob's on 4 HP.
That's over half.
Still pretty bruised, still pretty beaten, but Dobbs thing. He's kind of looking around, like aware of his new status of group pet.
Oh no! I cast Dob as equal with Oramis.
Oramis is catching some flack. You've not even done anything today.
Listen.
If anything, Oramis did a really quite skillful move and play with his character.
Yeah, he didn't kill him.
Went in there and fucking destroyed shit, and you're giving him all the flack. What's going on?
To be fair, it's more of a Luke thing than Oramis.
Oh, that's much better.
We're one and the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations, you played yourself. Yeah,
Right,
Just sitting here, not doing anything.
Just before we head out.
I'm sorry.
Before we head out, can I recommend if we get anywhere near the war camp that Doc doesn't do any sort of stealth work? We possibly leave that to Oramis and Mazzy.
Can we leave Doc as? Can we have you as just the cavalry? Just
Cavalry.
come in.
Can everyone roll a perception check, please?
Oh, as we know, we're very perceptive boys.
It's a 19.
Oh god,
Can't wait to ruin Ben's day.
So with the 19, oh Jesus Christ, with the 19 you can kind of see.
With the 19.
With the 23 even, you can kind of see at the very back of the thing. There's a bit where some of the tent pegs haven't been properly done in, so they're kind of flapping around, and you can see Dob kind of like slowly shuffling towards this kind of small little opening in the tent. You kind of like catch him about halfway there, where he's kind of shuffling while you guys are patching yourselves up and stuff like that. You gonna do anything to him, or just let him kind of?
Oh, Oramis is right in there.
Oh god.
Just gonna stand in front of him and let him sort of walk into me as he's kind of looking behind himself, seeing if, and then just kind of is gonna look up at me like that. Just gonna say, "What do you think you're playing at?"
Kind of like shuffles.
Doesn't speak common.
He kind of just looks up at you, looks at like your hand crossbow and your bolts on your leg, looks at your sword at your side, and kind of walks back and sits back down where he was.
Oh, bless him.
Why did you give him a name? We're gonna have to look after him now.
Because you asked for his name, and I came up with the first thing that came to my mind.
Shall I suggest that we tie him up with a bit of rope?
Do you wanna?
Oh, they can walk
I won't let you do that to Dob.
It's a bit early for that sort of stuff.
Jesus Christ.
Of course.
Does someone want to ask him what he was doing?
Well, no, because is it not obvious? Is it not
Yeah.
obvious?
Why was he trying to get into the tent?
Dov, what do you mean? What was he trying to get into? He was trying to get out, wasn't he? Dov, why were you trying to escape? I thought we had an agreement.
Me? Escape? No. Fresh air. Fresh air.
Ben, can I? So I'll roll intimidation for this, but so I'm going to say to him, you know, wizards have this way of connecting with people, and once you make a promise to a wizard, if you break it, it kills you.
Jesus.
And I'll just grab his head. I'll grab his head in both my hands, and then just go like that.
Roll
intimidation.
intimidation with advantage.
Wow.
Because you did take out 3 of his guys without breaking a fucking sweat.
Intimidation. I have no charisma.
Is he,
And you very nearly killed him earlier.
Yeah, is he still on 1 HP or is he?
No, he's on 5.
13, Ben. It's not
At
great.
13, I'd probably say he's definitely still scared of you. But he can probably guess that this is just a lie you're telling him. But he clearly doesn't want to get on your bad side because he's seen what happens when people get on your bad side. So he's just gonna say that.
He doesn't like you when you're angry.
He thinks it's a lie, but he doesn't want to test that it might be.
He doesn't. Yeah. He's like, I'm pretty sure this is a lie, but I really don't want to test the water and see if he's thinking me. Yeah, and you guys can complete your short rest. I believe that's the first short rest of this entire campaign.
Yeah.
By the way,
On our 10th session.
We don't do things by halves. Long rest, quick fights. That's it.
long
I think,
rest, quick fights.
short rests are for little bitches that don't do well in fights. That's not us.
No, it's just you, isn't it?
Oh,
I don't
ouch.
need it.
Oh,
All right.
And on that note, what are you guys gonna do? Oh, yep. Promise.
Before we roll out, can we take a short rest and get a drink?
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
I guess you mean in real life.
You want to take
In real life.
an IRL rest?
Yes,
This will give me.
outside of the fantasy land.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fine. I kind of need the toilet anyway, so like me back in a couple of minutes.
Cool.
Cool. Back in a sec.
Let's go.
Alright, we're back.
Alright. Way back, you guys are going to head off to the war camp led by Dob.
Led by Dob. No,
led by...
firmly in the rear to maintain the element of
I said
stealth.
Dob.
Oh, sorry.
Dob.
I
Dob.
thought he said Doc. I was a bit confused. My
Dob.
mistake.
None of you were back, but so Ben did another Ralph Harris. Didn't realise that calling a goblin Dob is not at all close to Dobby.
Well, because he's like a house elf, and I've got the thing. Anyway,
Let's
so
just go.
you guys have finished your
I
short
cannot
rest. You
cannot
take a
die
minute.
now. I will die for
No.
Dobby.
Yeah, he's living.
I'm gonna. Oh, see, I've got a character sheet for Angus, and I'm gonna have to do one for Dob. And
Only
this
if
is
he
gonna be
lives.
the weirdest. This is only if he lives. But this is gonna be the weirdest end to. So as soon as Angus leaves you guys, you've said, "Oh no, we always need a small person."
We
with
do-
us
we
at
need a
all
fifth.
times."
We
You need a
we're
fifth.
good for 5. We don't.
We're a 5-a-side team brewing, and we always need that fifth.
Yeah.
The
When we
fifth
get back.
You've got the subs in and everything.
The
Yeah.
fifth position,
Yeah,
we're just trialing out the fifth at the moment.
If Dob makes it back, Angus and Dob are going to fight, and whoever wins keeps their position. We'll make it a big event, and we can do bets on it. It'll be really underground.
You can even start a club.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
Fight
no one
Club.
can talk about.
is Dom actually? I
What?
can't remember his name.
Is Dob
Who's the gnome? Who's the
Angus.
gnome?
Angus?
Is
I mean,
Dom
he's only
actually
been in
Angus?
nearly every session. It's fine.
He's not very memorable.
No, it's not really.
What do you mean? A little Scottish gnome dressed in armour with a crossbow the same size as him that when he fires he catapults backwards himself? What's not memorable about that? Who almost died
Anyway.
because he liked shagging the ladies.
Anyway,
Yeah, we are so off topic.
we return. So you guys, led by Dob, Gylndan, I'm assuming walking like everyone kind of walking following Dob. Dob's kind of like trying to keep like a quick pace to not disappoint you guys, and he's constantly looking especially like for like Gylndan for like, please don't kill me. Am I doing good? Yes. Okay, cool. I'm gonna
Ben,
keep going.
when he looks at me, I'm just gonna slap my quarterstaff in my hand.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I don't know. I've had a bad day. I'm not in a good mood. Let's crack
yeah,
on.
so you're heading. So you head east, following the. It's barely following the tracks. Although as you're walking back, you do see signs of these. Goblins. Dob's kind of wandering along, and it probably takes you about half an hour walking. Passing over and under small hills and things like that, and eventually you find this small clearing. And in the clearing, very unfortunately, you soon start to see and smell this sort of rancid death smell. It took me that long to say smell, Jesus. And as you kind of turn around into this clearing, you can see this sort of clearly a fight has happened. A dire wolf lies dead in the clearing, along with a small little goblin. This goblin is kind of like holding his stomach. He's got this massive bite from this dire wolf. As it's dead, it's still like got the goblin's leg in its mouth, and he's kind of holding together this thing. He's barely breathing. He's kind of like that, like leaning back.
I'd like to cast Spell Dying on the goblin.
Are we going to build our own little army?
Unfortunately, this goblin is a little bit too. He's bleeding out heavily. He's lost way too much blood. He's pretty much about to die. And Dob kind of goes up to him. He seems to know him, and he walks up.
Yeah,
Is this
but Ben,
goblin
with
that we-
the spell
that
Spare
ran
the
away from
Dying, you touch a living creature that has 0 hit points, the creature becomes stable.
Huh? Okay, fine. Okay. Yeah. So you walk up to
JJ, you
this.
talked one out of death.
Yeah, fine. So you walk up to this. Little goblin, and he becomes a little bit more stable. You can see his breathing kind of eases, and he kind of looks up at everyone. And he kind of looks at Dob, and he goes, "Huh?" And Dob kind of looks back at him. The speaking goblin, essentially Gylndan, you would recognize. He says,
Why are you walking with them? Scary Spellman. Oh, Spellman. Oh, Spellman Baldy. Yeah, Baldy Spellman. Scary Baldy Spellman.
Fuck off, mate.
They kill Outpost. They kill Captain. Oh, jeez. Traitor. No, not traitor.
pulls out a little dagger, stabs the little goblin.
Dob, you are in. You're so in, Dob.
Get him in.
Stabs this little goblin, who is pretty much on his last legs anyway, killing this little goblin.
Whoa.
And he
But
kind
that's
of
always useful, JJ.
You just wasted a spell.
It's a cantrip.
kind of looking back up at everyone. You know, he kind of looks at you guys.
Dead.
Yes, I see that. Door.
No.
This is really
What'd you do
fucked
that
up.
for?
This is so fucked up. We're forcing this guy to take us somewhere, and he's killed his own people to not die himself. This
He
is messed
lived.
up.
He live. He tell on me. Goblin come after me. Goblin no like traitors. Hobgoblins don't like traitors.
I'm assuming
Dob,
Gylndan is translating all of this.
Yeah. I'll
Can I
pass
just
it.
ask as well, when Glyndon's translating, does he do the voice?
Yeah. Guys, he says that he doesn't want goblin traitors going. I don't know. That's gone very. Dob,
Goblins are now
you
from
don't.
random.
Yeah. Dob, you don't have to do that again. Okay.
We'll protect you.
Yeah. Well, let's not
Okay.
Unless you
let's not
turn
keep
on
it-
us.
Yeah, let's not make a promise we can't keep.
We'll try and
Okay.
protect you.
He kind of like looks around and sniffs around. The area. So if you guys could make investigation checks for me, please, as the trail seems to have the trail that you guys would have been following seems to have been lost, I guess,
Oh.
except to Dokrumir.
That's almost.
Don't understand what
Has
my
some
role
keen
is.
ass sight. Mazzy, you would have it with advantage because obviously your favourite enemy is goblins.
Wait, is it?
Yeah, you guys have all rolled. Damn, fair play. So I'd probably say you guys looking around. Dob is ready to just keep on going back to his camp. But you guys notice something. All of you sort of almost unanimously notice that there is in fact another trail that leads off. Bloody footprints. Clearly, someone else was hurt in the battle against this direwolf, and there's a lot more damage to this direwolf than it seems one little goblin could do. There's lots of little stab wounds and things like that all over it, tufts of bloody fur, and these kind of like tufts of bloody fur and drips of blood actually lead away north through the clearing, not east.
Dob. When you go out in groups, how big are they normally?
This many.
What the? 5.
5?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's only one dead here. I'm not speaking to Dob here. I'm speaking to the rest of the group. Yeah. So Dob says there's 5 normally. So it depends. I don't see why we would follow them, but I don't know.
Well, I mean,
What do you guys think?
could they be heading
What
back
if
to a camp? where they have
this
phones?
was the group that was carrying the idols?
Yeah.
I feel like the idols went. That's not a terrible suggestion.
He
And then we wouldn't have to go to the war camp, would we?
Well,
Yeah. Go on,
Bob's trying to
go on,
tell us
Dob.
he had shiny. In
He
the
had
morning,
shiny.
He had shiny.
Okay.
Let's go.
You're right,
There we
Doc. They have them, or possibly have them. So I think it's worth investigating. If we can stay clear of the war camp.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We're probably only
Mazzy,
used
do you,
as a last
since this,
resort.
yeah,
So what
Mazzy,
was
since
that?
you're a good tracker, do you want to lead the way instead of Dob?
Apparently people keep saying I am, but I don't really roll very well to show it. Let's go.
It's all right. Look, we all have our off days. You're off a couple of weeks though.
Yes, yeah, I'll track them.
Roll, do you want to roll? Matt?
Track.
What do I roll again?
Survival for tracking
Survival.
with advantage.
Oh, we didn't need it.
Didn't even need it, mate.
Yeah.
So you follow this. So you follow this blood trail as you go on and on. It kind of gets heavier and heavier. The blood trail, and it doesn't take you long to head a little ways north into a sort of a little bit more mountainous area in between these kind of two kind of almost like two smaller peaks where for some reason boulders and the like have kind of collapsed down this thing to create this sort of blocked off small valley. And through the cracks in these boulders, you can probably get through. But for little goblins, it'd be like just walking through anyway, and you can see the blood trails go through there, and you can see little handprints, these bloody handprints of goblins trying to maneuver through.
This looks very much like we're playing on their territory.
Mm. Should we expect a surprise attack in here?
Yeah, Dob. Is this a camp of some sort, Dob?
Pardon, sir? You cut out that.
Pardon? Dob, is this a camp of some sort? Yeah. Is this a camp, Dob?
I don't know this place.
Okay. Do we head in? I mean, we're looking for the idols, so.
How much do we trust what Dob's saying?
I mean, he's pretty intimidated.
Cool.
Yeah.
He just killed one of his brothers.
Okay, fair enough.
That was graphic, man.
Quite brutally.
Yeah. Just after I tried to spare him as well.
I don't think you were literally just done, and then he immediately came in with his dagger.
Yeah, I'm there patching him up, casting this spell. As he starts speaking, in comes Dob, just no.
Denied. Yeah, we'll head into this. Who wants to lead? Doc, I think because you've got quite strong and you're a bit smaller, I think it might be more your area.
Okay, I will. I'm not stealthy though.
Whip out that shield.
No, but we're gonna have to encounter them at some point anyway, so I don't think stealth is essential. Maybe Oramis could lead, but it's quite narrow gap, isn't it, Ben?
Yeah, it's a fairly narrow gap. If you imagine like like sometimes in The Last of Us and Uncharted, where you kind of have to squeeze through bits of rock and things like that. It's a little like that. You can see it sort of opens up a little bit through the way, and it doesn't seem too far. But you will have to kind of go through, and you can't quite see what's on the other side.
Yeah, we'll follow Doc in.
I'll squeeze through the gap.
All right, so that's your.
I'll unswing my shield, so I've got that ready.
Okay, so you squeeze through this gap. It is a little further than you might have anticipated. There's clearly like a couple of layers of rock and stuff here. You have to kind of get down on your bellies and crawl under some spaces and kind of hop over a couple of the little rocks that are there. This seems quite strange. It's almost like the cliff face kind of got collapsed and fell down between these two kind of peaks. And you eventually do make it up the other side into this kind of small little valley. Built into the side of the valley, into the side of the kind of mountains, appears to be this structure. It's almost temple-like. It has this sort of almost like like the kind of Greek temple triangular things with columns down the front and stairs leading up to it. Even on the other side of this valley, this sort of wooden stoned path leads up to it. But vines and nature have sort of begun to take this place over. Vines crawling over the kind of stone cobbles and stuff, over the columns that appear. And Dokrumir, you're a man who speaks Dwarvish, and Gylndan, I think you also speak Dwarvish.
Yeah.
One of you speaks Dwarvish.
Oramis.
I speak
Oramis
Dwarvish,
also speaks Dwarvish. Basically, everyone
All of us
speaks Dwarvish,
except Mazzy.
except Mazzy. You can all read
Oh, so we can talk
on
about
the
Mazzy
top
playing
of
back.
this.
No!
So,
Mazzy, what do you speak?
Elvish.
Just Elvish.
But
and common and either goblin or orc. You still haven't decided, but
Oh, right. I didn't know that.
you never put it down. But it is part of your class.
Imagine suddenly remembering a whole language overnight.
But yeah, you would read on the top of this thing, forge. Just the forge.
Okay.
The forge.
Interesting. Okay.
The kind of the kind of bloodied trail leads a little bit further up. Up the stairs and in through this in through these columns into the kind of darkness within. These goblins, you can probably guess with that survival they were looking for some kind of shelter. They're probably looking for somewhere to hide, somewhere to heal up their friend or whatever before they made it back to this war camp. You guys are gonna go up and
I think
investigate,
so.
I guess.
So, are we going to stealth up?
Mm-hmm.
All right, roll
Okay.
me stealth checks.
Doc, are you coming? Are we going to try this again? Or...
Absolutely, I'm coming. This place is called a forge. That's a 15 with disadvantage.
That's not bad.
That's pretty damn good actually.
Oramis?
Oramis says his video's connecting. There we go. Nice. All right. Yeah. So you guys kind of sneak your way up Doc's kind of managed to get a control of his armor and is kind of moving in a very awkward way, but a way in which his thing doesn't clank or
Sorry, the headphones in.
kind of clank too much, whatever. And you make your way up these stairs, and you enter this tall. You enter this kind of tall, big, kind of great. It's almost like a foyer. This kind of great, big stone room. At the back, a fire is still lit, by little twigs and stuff. And around the fire, so you guys are kind of crawling up. I'm guessing you'd hide behind like the big columns and stuff, or
Yeah.
wherever, just in the darkness. And you're kind of
Luke's on the
looking on.
roof.
You're kind of looking on. How many of you? Which ones of you have dark vision? Oramis has dark vision. Do you have it, Doc?
Yeah, I've got dark vision.
Yeah. So you guys would be able to then see like through the darkness, and you can see multiple bodies strewn across the floor.
Yeah.
Quite little bodies.
Do you guys see anything? What do you see?
Oh yeah, I forgot to roll stealth for Dob. Dob got 19. It's fine.
Bodies everywhere.
Alive? Are they breathing?
Sorry. How do they look? Do they look like...
They're not. They
Do they look like
appear
they're...
to not be moving.
Do they look like they're like laid out to rest, to sleep, or do they look like they've just fallen?
I don't know.
Dead.
Make me a check for that. I'd probably say investigation. The basic thing you can see is these bodies. They're not moving. They're not moving, and they are scattered about the thing. 11. I'd probably say 11. It looks very irregular. Some of them in quite awkward positions, and through the fire, you can see some kind of blood the fire kind of glistening and reflecting in pools of blood near the flames.
What do you see? Do you think are they alive?
No, it looks like...
I think so.
How
Should
many
we push up
bodies
to
did you
them?
say there were, Ben?
I didn't, but there are 4.
Okay.
So this must be the rest of that troop we
Yeah, it looks
stumbled
like
across.
they're all dead.
Should we go up and investigate their camp then?
Yes, we shall.
Sweet. So you guys walk up and investigate the camp. It gets quite dark, but then
I'm assuming we're out of stealth.
Yeah. I mean, you
Alright.
can be if you want to still be.
Yeah,
stealthy.
if we're out of stealth, I'm going to light
Yeah.
a torch.
All right, go for it. Yeah.
As if you just
Would
stay
I-
close to me, then we don't have to light too.
Would I need to light one so then we can walk around, or is one going to be enough to light the area?
Did you say
One
there
would probably be enough.
Did you say there was
Yeah.
a fire burning?
Yeah. There was a little fire burning by the
Little
door.
campfire.
Like a tiny little campfire burning by the door. So that probably would light up enough of the room for you guys to be able to see in sort of dim light enough of this place, except for like the corners and crevices and stuff. But generally, and you guys with dark vision would probably be able to see in those anyway. This room looks vacant except for these bodies lying on the ground.
Right, so shall we investigate to try and see if they've got the idols on the floor around here?
And how they died as well. Did they just die of their wounds? Or?
Yeah. Just,
Oh wow, give me all the information, please.
Oh,
yeah,
damn,
you can have
alright,
the
Mazzy.
information, I got none of it.
Mazzy, quite the Mr. Holmes. Looking around these bodies. Well, first of all, the bodies themselves. The bodies themselves strewn across in different things. You can see the one with the big bite mark from the direwolf. It was this massive bite mark that stretched, like his entire arm must have been enveloped by this direwolf. It took like a chunk out of his out of the kind of here, and it were clearly kind of helping their friend over into this cave. He doesn't look, but he kind of looks like he's just laying there, probably dead from his wounds, dead from the blood loss, you'd imagine. The rest of them, however, look like they were slashed and hurt by something other than, it's not like claws. It's not like you've seen, for example, the vampire spawn. Their claws were, their wounds were quite jagged and stuff, but this seems quite straight, almost as if it's like a blade, some kind of blade. Blood kind of strewn everywhere. They all have these injuries. Some of them kind of been bludgeoned and stuff. Most of them with these kind of slashes across their chest. The room itself, at the very, very back of the room, you do see this. It's almost like this cast iron door, but it's got this sort of bronzish tint to it, almost like an orangey tint to the iron, which Dokrumir, you would know as dwarven steel. This sort of steel that dwarves with their ancient history in smithing, it's very, very hard to temper and very, very hard to shape, and dwarves use it exclusively. Like it's very, very expensive, and mainly only dwarves in Hawksmoor and things like that can actually temper this stuff and use this stuff, and actually make anything out of it because it's so hard to use. But it's almost like they use it as a sign of, we are such good smiths, only we can use this stuff, so you know it's dwarvish. And this great kind of double door, and one of the things is slightly ajar.
Oh.
One of the things is slightly ajar. Also with a 24, if you wanted to pilfer through the goblins' stuff, you can probably pick up 12 copper.
Well, I'll take that.
Oh, you roll a nat 20 and you get 12 copper. Boy!
Take what you can get.
Good attitude.
Nothing back.
Good attitude.
Give enough. Yeah, there we go. Someone.
So what are you guys thinking right now? What would you like to do?
Can anyone see the idols?
I
No.
assume they're not there because I did not get.
No, the idols unfortunately aren't there. Funnily enough, now that you mentioned, nor are the swords of these guys, nor are the little shields, things like little belt buckles and things like that.
So these guys effectively look like they were killed by weapon damage rather than. Would it be safe to say Mazzy's conveyed that to us rather than like a beast? Or can basically I'll ask Mazzy, what do you think killed them?
I mean, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like they were killed by some dwarves. But that
have you got voices in your head?
I think I do.
Okay. Well, upon
so we're dealing with something else then, aren't we? As a third party in this.
It sounds like they
Definitely a third party.
dealt weapon damage rather than a beast or a fiend or something like that. Doc's going to call out in Dwarvish. He's just going to call out hello. Sort of, when you're not sure whether someone's there and you're just sort of questioning it, like, hello? But in Dwarvish, into the darkness, like towards this door.
Yeah.
Use your shouting spell.
No, I'm not going to use the Dalma chosen to bellow it.
So you call out. This hello, and it seems to echo throughout the place and echo into the thing. And there is no reply. However, there is. You sort of hear this kind of.
Oh.
Oh,
No.
do we though? I'm not sure.
No, I don't want to hear it.
I'm going to call again and be like, friend? Again in Dwarvish.
Doesn't sound
Again,
very
you
friendly.
hear this similar sort of.
Oh.
I was going to say, does anyone else think that sounds remarkably beastie?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Even that was some prankster.
Doc, do you know anything of, like, because these wounds do look like weapon wounds, do you know anything of, like, constructs or anything like that? It sounds quite metallic. We're having this very casual conversation while this thing is obviously approaching us.
If you wanted to check, Dog, make me a history check.
I'll make you a history check to see what I remember.
With advantage, as you are a dwarf, and you did. I'm assuming you probably came from somewhere like Hawksmoor, somewhere dwarvish. You would have been told of certain dwarven
yes,
things. So yeah.
That's
Unnatural 20. Yes, you've heard of the tales of dwarves bringing sort of things to life. They're in Hawksmoor. It's no secret that they have the power to do this. However, it was generally frowned upon. Generally nowadays, it is frowned upon because in order to bring something to life, there is no electricity. There is no anything like that. You have to essentially bring some sort of essence of life into these things to bring them to life, some kind of magic, and generally that would be done through a wizard or someone with some sort of magical power. And to do this, it often resulted in harming the wizard in some sort of effect. So it became a thing that like no one really did. But you have heard of little bits of history of them kind of trying it, realizing its effects, and going, actually, no, we better not do this. This is bad.
Okay. Well, I will convey that to my compatriots.
Okay.
Do I
Yes.
know much about the sort of things, like the variation in the sort of things that people would have created?
So the kind of things they would have created.
Yeah, so like, would they have been like, sort of intelligent bodyguard warrior type things, or would they have been like grunt machines for performing tasks?
Well, you have heard of you've heard tales of the people called the Warforged. The very, very few people who were created during this time, and no one actually knows if they're still even alive today. But they did become sentient. They were able to, with a natural 20, you'd probably say they were able to actually bring this stuff to life. They brought this race of the Warforged to life. Not very many, only like a handful.
Okay.
And God knows what happened to them. But yeah. And what all this is doing up in the north, by the way, God knows.
Yeah.
What do you want to do, chaps? Do you want to approach the door? I mean, we need the idols, and we
Yeah.
think they were here. So
We do, so I feel like we have to
Let's push on
Yeah.
and
stealth up to the door.
delve up to
Or stealth up to the door now that Doc shouted at it.
yeah.
With your night vision, basically, can any of you see deep past this door?
I mean, the door's not open.
Uh,
so, no.
Well,
Yeah,
it
it
was open
is
slightly.
slightly ajar.
Yeah.
It's a little bit ajar, so you could kind of like
Oh, well,
open it and have a
okay.
look.
Well, I'm guessing I can't see much
and
from
it-
like
and
a
it-
crack in a door, like still like,
Okay, well,
20
it
feet away
wasn't
from
really
it.
specified how.
No, but there
I
does.
assumed you could look through.
I'd say there does appear to be a faint, like dim light from in there,
Okay.
and it is particularly warm. Like in this area, you guys in your winter cloak, it was bloody cold outside, but now you're getting a kind of a very, very warm sense from this place.
in a place.
Let's push up to the door then.
All right.
Push up to the door.
Alright. Pushing up to the door. Skablam.
I love it when Ben loads a new map. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy.
If you guys like yourself down in a
forge.
small area, I'll just stick you down here. And I'll stick you. I really need to figure out how the hell to make you guys smaller. Because this is
I have a
just
feeling.
on.
If you cut the knees.
There's more to this map than we can see.
What?
No,
You,
Ben's just got a very limited imagination.
you'd be right. I also need to get Dob in here. Are you bringing Dob in here?
yes.
Alright, then.
He's on a trial for the 5.
He's on probation.
Yeah.
Alright, you're bringing Dob in. So, you enter this hearth, this sort of entryway, and you walk into this stone room, essentially. It's a little walk down a corridor, but you do eventually make it into the stone room. It is really quite warm in this place. Really warm in this place. These black bits around you are like columns, like keeping them up. They're very, very ornately detailed in sort of dwarvish lore. But it's really, really old. For those of you that can read dwarvish, it's a bit like when we read Shakespearean. So, when we read Shakespearean, it's like we can sort of understand what it's saying.
Yeah.
Like, doth thee, thine art, this, that, and the other. It's kind of like that, but in dwarvish, if you imagine.
Okay.
So it's really quite old.
It's not urban dwarvish, is what you're saying.
It's not. Yeah, it's not the lingo.
I have no memory of this.
So you guys walk in, and you hear a noise. Again, you can hear this. Now it's louder, and around the room, especially in the ceiling, you can see these sort of pipes. And as the noise kind of draws closer, you can see this. You can hear this noise coming through the pipes, and this sort of tippy tapping through the pipes, and suddenly through one of the pipes.
Swear to God, if it's a giant spider.
Through
Someone's been watching too much of The Mandalorian.
through one of these pipes. If you imagine this guy's on the ceiling, by the way, from this like little pipe that's kind of come down, you see this.
The
This
number one.
The number one. Yeah.
the number one, not the number one. I clicked the wrong thing. Ben
Number 2?
did bad.
Please God, not
okay.
number 3.
There's nothing scarier than maths.
Oh, Luke, that's
Oh.
exactly what you requested.
You see this small. Well, I say small. You see this kind of spider. The ceiling is the ceiling is about 10, 15 foot tall, and from here it looks pretty big. You can probably guess it's about 2 feet in height, 4 foot in length. It's 4 foot in length from from leg to leg. But as your torchlight shines up on it, it seems to reflect something. It seems to reflect the light back at you. And as you look closer at this thing, its legs are in fact made of metal. You can see the cogs and gears and stuff all in between.
Is it like the Dwemer in Skyrim a little bit?
Ah, well, that would be for you to find out. But yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I just need to find out right now.
Yeah. It's kind of legs, very, very ornately made by these like small little cogs and gears and pulleys and stuff like that. It's kind of head and these 2 little pincers out the front. One of them really doesn't look like a pincer at all, and one of them, if anything, looks like this tiny. If you imagine it like this, they're kind of like as you're walking by, just goes like, kind of like clicks and turns and swivels. Its back, the big bulbous bit that would be on its back, is actually this sort of glass red thing that sort of spins and slowly spinning around and around and around. And inside the spinning bit is this kind of bright light that through the red glass appears as this like small red light, if you kind of imagine. And this thing kind of crawls around up top, kind of like crawls around on the roof. Then eventually notices you all, looks down at you. Is there anything you guys would like to do immediately at this point?
Hold fire, see what it does. Might not be hostile. Try speaking to it in Dwarvish if it might respond to a Dwarvish command.
Yeah.
I'm going to say friends in Dwarvish.
Alright. It kind of looks at you. You can see these small little glass eyes kind of look over at you. Look at you, Gylndan, as you say friends, and then look around the room, and then his eyes kind of fixate at Doc at them for a second, and then it looks down at Dob.
Oh shit!
And it looks
no.
And it looks at you, Gylndan, again. And
Tiny
Oramis,
friend.
and Mazzy. And suddenly you hear this. Suddenly the kind of this spinning metal ring in its big bulbous pod at the back starts to spin much faster and faster, and it sort of sounds like when you have those kind of like glasses and people kind of spin them like that, and it makes this kind of loud ringing noise that emanates and echoes throughout the halls.
Right.
And
I think
then
my bow's coming out.
another one appears, and another one appears.
Ben's seen how quickly we let go of Dob.
And another one appears.
Situation.
And these four kind of spider things kind of crawl across the ceiling to these kind of respective columns.
Oh, fuck this.
And from over here, you hear a sort of clanking noise. This.
How much do we want these idols? What do these people mean to us? I mean, to forward our quest. I know you're not scared, Mazzy, but what's your bow and arrow going to do against a metal spider?
I might be putting my bow and arrow away and whipping out my double-ended sword.
I mean, if we walked around enough, we'd probably find this waterfall without the elves. So.
I guess you probably would. Yeah, so out from the doorway steps this sort of construct, this strange kind of metal thing made from this, or at least it looks like it's made from thin sheets of this metal thing, this dwarvish face on the front. You can see the kind of gears and cogs from underneath it, and it has this same sort of light shining between its armor. It doesn't have any weapons, except when it sees you all, again, it kind of looks at Doc, looks at Mazzy, Gylndan, Oramis, and then at Dob, and then Mazzy, Gylndan, Oramis, and from both of its hands appear these blades kind of appear out of the arms of the hands.
He's all yours, Mazzy.
And with that, we can roll initiative, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Can I kill Dob as a sacrifice?
Jesus.
So low.
Oh!
What is it with you and me rolling so low, Doc?
I can't see what you've rolled, Matt.
There's an 8. You rolled a 7.
I also can't see what you rolled, Matt.
I can't see them, man.
Have you rolled?
Roll again, Matt.
Wait,
Roll
it's
again.
not rolling. Fucking hell. How's Oramis?
Matt's going to roll
It's not. It's generally
7.
nothing's happening. Right, let me just get my sheet up again. Nothing's happening. But I'm just gonna hit some other stuff, see if anything else is working. No, nothing's coming through.
Interesting.
No. Maybe refresh the page. Can you see if I?
Oh, yeah,
God, there we
that's
go.
all come through now.
That
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
No,
It's okay.
wow, that's,
Still nothing on my screen.
Matt, you had a busy first turn, Matt.
your first initiative roll though, Matt, was a 5.
Oh well, that makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
rubbish. You rolled a 20 in there, but that's not that impressive.
No, what are you on about? We go with the 20. Right, I'm still not in yet.
Oh God. Okay.
I've got a blank screen.
Your
They don't got it,
initiative
then.
roll
Okay.
was a
Oh, okay. No, here we go. We're in.
Oh my God. How many initiative rolls did you roll? Okay, you rolled a 5.
I don't know.
I'm suddenly getting
Because you
a
rolled a
echo
5.
from you, Matt.
Oh
Have you got the stream up, Matt?
no.
Oh.
There's no. You're the only sound that's coming out of my
For some reason, it's just started echoing.
Yeah.
Just for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the
I can
call.
hear myself through my computer slightly from someone else.
It's
Oh, is it
loud
not?
for us. We can hear ourselves really clearly.
Is it someone else?
I've got headphones in.
I don't want to put headphones in.
Wait, what? Why is...
Ben, can you hear an echo?
Say something?
Hello.
Say something, I'm giving up for you.
Okay. For some reason, I think things are playing through my
So better?
computer, because I can hear things from my computer.
Or is it you,
And
Ben?
my...
Hang on, I think it's gone.
Yeah, I think it's gone now. Yeah, that's gone now.
Okay,
Ba, 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 ba.
stick with the headset then.
Matt, you join
Okay.
the headset crew. It means you'll never
Okay.
miss a shot.
Well, initially then.
I rolled a nat 20
with my wooden stake.
You also rolled a
Damn
nat
it.
20 for an initiative, like a little bit down.
Oh, I did!
Oh, I did!
no.
Oh no!
Oh, hang on, no, I'm
Anyone-
Just wasted all the good rolls I'm ever going to get.
Still a bit of echo on that?
Now.
It's coming from me.
I can hear myself echoing.
Yeah.
So you're not
Try
echoing now?
speaking
though?
again, someone?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Matt, you're not echoing
why?
with me now.
No.
Yeah,
You just
my
sound like
echo's
you're
with me is like double.
Why
You do sound like you're in a auditorium, Matt.
Just doesn't break into song.
Oh my god, what? It's playing through my computer. If I just mute my computer. That should work.
And you guys thought it was me.
Well,
It was like
I've
playing
still
with
got
my
a
headset on.
Yeah, Matt, you started
Oh,
echoing.
for
again.
God's sake.
You're still, it's.
I don't know what it is. There's literally nothing, no other sound in this room.
You're coming through twice. Like, you're coming through and you're coming through on like a half-second delay of yourself.
Is it just as loud?
No, you're
It's not like an echo or
louder
anything.
than you were about 5 minutes ago before we started having any problems.
But yeah, is my echo just as loud as me?
Or
Or is it?
Yeah.
What the hell? That makes no sense.
I
I
think it
can't hear
happened
an
when you
echo.
refreshed, Matt.
Yeah.
What if?
Why
Is
don't
that
you
better?
drop out of the call and speak?
Is that better?
No. Try
Yeah, okay,
I'll
just
drop
drop
out.
joining
Drop
again.
out and come back.
Okay.
You're right, Sam.
Ben,
it was when you
you're-
refresh your page.
Yeah. You're
Oh, you moved. Is that better?
No, that's exactly
still a
what's
slight
happened.
echo.
I don't
What the
understand
fuck?
why that's happened.
See, I can't hear an echo on that.
No, me.
I'm
not
getting it
anymore.
in waves. I'm getting it occasionally when
And I'll
JJ
frozen
says,
for all
but
of you,
not.
I'm getting
Or it's all of you are
constantly, every
frozen
time
for
Matt
me.
says something, he's on an echo for me.
Unplug your headset.
You just
Matt.
love my voice so much that you just get it twice.
Any better? Without the headset.
So you're not echoing for me now. Oh, I've echoed in some.
Yeah. Without the headset, we can hear ourselves.
What the hell?
Is it playing
Really?
through... I
Right.
think you might have things playing through Roll20.
Yeah, but
Because
I
I
just
can
muted
see
that. I
on
just
your
muted that.
character,
No, I've
if you
just
look
muted
where
that.
it says
Can you still
Mazzy
hear
down
me?
the bottom, you can see it whenever he speaks. It has a little blue bar that goes from side to side.
yeah.
Okay, how the hell did I mute that?
So go to settings, and then go pretty much all the way down, and it should say like, I want to broadcast to others, nothing. I want to receive from others, nothing. And you won't get any sound or anything like that.
Is that better?
Yeah, you're still loud. And I'm still
Yeah,
hearing
that's-
myself.
No,
Okay.
that's with the
With the
headset.
headset,
Is
is
that
that
better?
better?
Yeah, if you move the mic slightly away from your mouth, maybe it might be picking you up with the mic.
What? For,
What?
is that better?
Yeah, we'll go with that. I think I'm not sure why it's changed, but it just randomly has. Technical
How
issues
strange.
on the fly.
What a raspberry palaver.
So why,
So why did that just suddenly kick in? I don't get it.
I don't know.
I don't know, we might just live with it.
Right. Anyway, so
Just
I
enough.
got a natural 20 for initiative, yeah? Cool.
Unfortunately not. But our little friend Dob, however, rolled a 19. So he's gonna lead the charge.
Oh, sacrifice.
No charge will be led.
Dob's going to kind of look at these guys, quite afraid. He's going to take out. He has this little sling in his pocket, and he's going to try and hit one of these things. I forgot what I gave. These things, or anything I gave these things. They're little tiny things. There we see all of that. Dob definitely hits, and Dob deals 3 damage to this closest one here.
Good lad.
What's that, JJ?
Go Dob.
Oh, it's Madrid losing to Alves.
Go bloody Dob.
Alves. Alaves.
Alves.
Alves, that's all. So Dob's dealt 3 damage. What the Dob?
Dob has dealt 3 damage to this.
To which one?
To this little one. The one closest to him.
Nice.
Next up, it'll actually be their turn.
Oh.
These spiders are actually going to hold. They're not going to do anything themselves. They're kind of just going to wait and fall back, and they kind of watch as this guy is going to move up and lead the charge. Seeing that Dob has just attacked one of his things, he's the immediate threat to this thing. 5, 10, 15. And
I
he's going
think
to
it
have a
was
swing.
nice knowing Dob while we did.
Oh! He hit. What is it? 1d8.
Bye, Dob.
Dob's alive.
Matt, just FYI, you're still apparently broadcasting sound, because when you speak, the little green bar is appearing.
What the fuck? Is just like save? Right, okay, so I want to broadcast to others nothing. I want to receive nothing.
Yeah.
I've changed that. Do I have to like save something?
Oh, and then go to chat tech up a little bit up, and then go to chat tech, and then just go none.
Where the hell is that?
It's just a little bit above. It's a little bit above. I want to broadcast to others, and I want to receive from others. There should be like audio output source, audio input source,
chat
video.
options. Yeah. Okay.
It says reconnect to update settings down the bottom. Reconnect to chat.
If I click reconnect.
There we go, that's fixed it.
Hey, there we go.
Did it start when I suddenly couldn't post something on the Roll20?
Yeah, when you refreshed Roll20, that's when it broke.
Okay, that's really weird.
Well,
that is indeed really weird.
I'm glad we've done that. And now we know next time if someone else ever breaks in future, we can probably fix that a bit quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just hit reconnect at the bottom, and then it's all good, sorted, done.
Excellent. Great, super,
So Dob's alive, Ben.
So to recap, this guy walked up to Dob, and with this arm, with this kind of arm blade unsheathed, he kind of strikes down at, kind of almost punches, very very mechanically punches down at Dob, cutting his arm quite badly. Dob already looking fairly beat up, and a goblin with not much HP. That obviously did a lot more to Dob than it would to some of you guys. So I can tell you, because he's a friend, Dob's on 1 HP. Dob is going to be very very hard to keep alive. But he is alive and terrified. And as the next thing, this guy is going to move up. If I just first do that, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This other guy is going to appear.
Oh, lovely.
This other one is going to appear and walk in from the same corridor, from the same direction. From the same direction that one came from. And with that, that's all it can do. Oramis, you're up.
Okay.
No, Gylndan, you're up. Gylndan, you're up. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm gonna two-hand this bloke in front of Dob.
Alright, go for it.
I hope I can actually push him back. I've not missed with the staff in a long time, and I've just realised that's a stupid thing to say. Because I'll definitely miss. Oh no, it doesn't matter.
No. You've definitely hit him. You whack him in the side of the.
Hit him with
thing.
the push as well, and I'll do it two-handed.
Two-handed, 7 damage.
Lovely,
Yeah, you bash this thing back. This sort of like gong as he flies back. I'm guessing you're hitting him with the push. So, or at least, you have hit him with the push. So you'll hit on that as well. And he needs to roll because he's been pushed into something with force. D4.
Did you roll a save on the push?
No, I actually didn't. Fuck. Okay. Well reminded. It was 13. He got a 7 anyway. Never mind. He still gets pushed. Literally goodbye. You've whacked this thing into the back. You can see like its insides, a lot of the kind of cogs and gears and stuff kind of shift and change and move, and then it smashes into the back thing. You kind of see this small splutter of just kind of little bits of tech and parts and stuff just fall from below and fall from its sort of like faceplate, and as it hits the thing, bang, hits the back and slumps down.
They're dead. As dead as something that was never alive in the first place can be.
Good job.
Didn't take much.
Hey, they're probably quite rusty and old.
They are, from what you can tell, they're pretty rusty and old, and a big part of it is that they are fairly delicate. Like a lot of the cogs and gears on the inside are kind of very, very small, and from what you saw, it doesn't take much to. Although their armor is thick and tough, the vibrations running through the armor can affect the internal stuff as well. From what you can tell, especially with a 21 to hit, so you whacked him with something. Next up, it'll be Oramis. Oramis, take her away.
Okay, I would like to step up to this guy here.
Go over it.
And use the old Shadow Blade.
Zoom.
Shadow Blade. Zoom. Oh, fucking hell, yeah, that definitely hits. Roll damage. 8, yeah, you kind of slash through this guy's chest.
Been on steroids with that thing recently.
You really have. I don't think you've actually missed with that thing for a little while. But yeah, you definitely hit, and you definitely kind of cut through some of the armor. The magical effect to it seems to kind of cut through the Dwemer metal with some ease, especially with the 23. And yeah, you deal 8 slashing damage. That kind of deals a lot. Kind of shakes back like, but it kind of manages to retain its balance. But the light inside of it kind of starts like it starts flashing in a way, like a little shimmer. Almost. Anything else, Aramis?
If I disengage as a bonus action,
yeah.
Can I then move away, or is that just?
Yeah. Disengage as a bonus action. You can move away.
I'm just going to move back a little bit to there.
Yeah. Go for it.
You fear retribution.
Doc.
Alright.
Your turn.
I'm gonna move up to the front here. And I'm just gonna, in Dwarvish, I'm gonna kind of sort of adopt a non-aggressive stance and just be like, stop, friends. I mean, I know Gylndan's already killed one, and Oramis has already started.
He was attacking.
You might have to say that again. I froze for everyone there.
Oh, okay. I'm basically gonna move up, and I'm just gonna like try and be non-aggressive and be like, stop, friends, in Dwarvish.
Stop from the Dwarvish. It appears to have. It kind of looks down at you and looks away. It almost appears to like. Well, I don't know. I guess you'll find out on its turn how it feels about that. But it does. It almost seems like when you say stop, friends, it does hear you and it does look at you, but then it kind of like looks away, almost in a way.
But I don't think we're the issue. I think it's just that we've got Dob with us.
Kill him.
Well, I don't know if we can ask him to wait outside, but he's not exactly with us of his own volition, is he?
Anything else, Doc?
I'm going to ready the dodge action.
Okay.
So if something hits me, I'm just going to try and dodge.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Just take the dodge action then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, take the dodge action. So.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so anything that's disadvantage on attacking you, that's fine. Mazzy, then it is your turn.
As I've absolutely no idea what you just said, Doc, I'm going to go over. As I see you're attacking the guy in the center, I'm going to go over to this creature thing on the left.
Yeah, it's probably within arm's reach. It is slightly above, but it is.
Definitely within reach. It is definitely within reach.
Fucking hell!
Oh,
you kind of. I mean, yeah. How do you take out this little spider?
Right. So, you remember Attack of the Clones? Obi-Wan Kenobi takes out two of its legs as it falls to the floor, and then stab it in the head.
Nice. Graphic. I love it. Yeah, that's this thing. That is this thing. Kind of completely gone as you take out its legs, and it kind of falls down to the floor. You can see a couple of little bits kind of scatter out, and then as you slam down on its head, it almost just kind of. You can see like this couple of sparks, and the light from inside of its kind of glass bulbous bit just dies out, and the spinning of its thing stops, and it just is there, rested dead. Back to Dob, if that's everything, Mazzy.
That is everything.
Yeah, back to Dob. Dob's gonna go cry in the corner. He's hurt. He can see that you guys have pretty much got this. He's like, ah! And he kind of runs back into this corner, and kind of like there, kind of like holding this kind of wound on his arm that he's got, like tucked up to the corner, like, terrified of these little things. It'll finally be the Dwemer's turn. These dwarven constructs' turns, and finally these spiders decide to move.
Oh,
and they all move. So they move I'd say like 5 foot down the thing, and they move here, and I guess here. And you begin to see one of them crawls up onto this guy.
Oh, it's not Autobots.
They're megamorphin.
He crawls up onto this guy, and you can see the other two are kind of looking at it as well, and they crawl up close, and they kind of all three of them begin to crawl up onto its body, and you can see one of its pincers, the pincer that you couldn't quite tell what it did, a small little flame burst out of it, and this other little pincer kind of drops down from below this sort of like repairing mechanical thing, and they just start tinkering with a lot of the insides of this thing. Start replacing bits, welding bits together. You can hear this kind of them doing stuff. And 1, 2, so that's 5. And yeah, as this thing was really damn low. From Oramis's attack, but it did begin to have a sort of stuttered mechanical movement, but now it sort of almost like shakes itself off and kind of begins to move in an almost smoother way, I guess you could say. And these things kind of hop off, and they kind of leap to the side and just kind of sit there on the floor. Then maybe this one, seeing as he's close to a column, will kind of climb 5 foot back up the column. The Dwemer being fixed. Or the Dwemer, who has just been very, very quickly fixed, he's going to completely ignore Doc and walk up to Gylndan.
Does he have anything to say replying to what Doc said?
It doesn't. You're not even sure if this thing can speak, but it definitely heard Doc.
It's not the talking kind.
Yeah, it definitely heard Doc, and it walks up to Gylndan, and 9 plus 2, 11.
No,
does it?
Thanks
No,
Lord.
so this thing kind of goes up, strikes you. You bat its arm away with your staff, and we'll move back over to Gylndan.
Okay, I'm going to cast Suggest.
Cast Suggest. All right.
Yeah. On the thing in front of me.
Yeah.
So, wisdom saving throw. I've got to say in a sentence. I'm just going to say, all here, friend, don't attack.
Yeah, sure. Let me just look up something that sounds like.
I know what you're looking up, and I'm a bit worried about it.
That's charming, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah.
It doesn't hear you.
Ah, bollocks.
You kind of suggest this action to it, but it just doesn't hear you, doesn't move, doesn't appear to say or do anything.
Yeah. What a fantastic use of a level 2 spell slot.
Anything else, Gylndan?
I can't move away from it because that's going to trigger an attack of opportunity. I'll go here. Let's get the flank next turn if it's still up.
Cool. Oramis, you're up.
I'm gonna move over and fill in the space in front of it. And I'm not going to take the same approach as my comrades, as it is proving ineffective. And I'm going to go with the trusty Shadow Blade to do the talking.
That is a good thing. But unfortunately, the Shadow Blade doesn't.
It finally fails.
Unfortunately, the Shadow Blade isn't much of a talker, as it turns out. And this time your Shadow Blade, you do kind of skillfully kind of attack, but it does kind of almost dodge out the way. Kind of like moves to the side, in a sense, seeing you filling in the space of Gylndan. Anything else?
No.
No. All right, Mazzy, you're up.
Well, I believe that these spider-like creatures are very sort of passive and won't be attacking, so I'm going to be moving here.
After you've just stabbed one in the head.
Yeah, but they didn't really fight. They're just there to help the big boss guy. So I'm going to attack the big boss guy with my dual sword. But
that definitely hits. Roll damage.
Oh.
Yep. Yep. Dead.
Haha, lovely. I don't know, just stab him straight through his back because it looks like he's facing.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Nice easy one.
Oh wait! Did you attack this big guy?
Yeah. The big guy.
I thought you were attacking one of the spiders. I'm sorry.
No,
dead.
Big guy.
Not dead. That's very hurt. It's once again kind of you kind of whack it in its back and it kind of hunches over a bit and it slowly sort of you can now hear the sort of cogs and stuff inside grinding against each other and it kind of struggles to move up, but it just about does. Realizing it's sort of surrounded, but it doesn't care. It doesn't seem to care anyway. It's a robot. It has one purpose, as far as you know. Dob.
Hint.
Dob is just going to stay back here, kind of cower back in fear, watching on as you guys take down these things. He's going to be like looking around the room. Maybe I'd probably say he's kind of scared of you guys. So maybe he's kind of looking kind of at the door, kind of like thinking, can I leave? Can I just go? Would they even recognize me or see me or anything? But he doesn't move just as yet. Probably thinking that he's got barely anywhere to go. Barely anywhere to go, and doesn't really know. He didn't know where he was, so he'd probably just be lost. Dwemer. These things, I need to roll something to see if I can do that. No, they don't. So the spiders don't appear to do anything. They do just kind of sit there, except for this one at the back, who does kind of just go up to Mazzy and deals one damage as he kind of has this little blowtorch and he kind of just burns at your shin. nothing great, but it does just sort of like almost like oi, get off him.
You're getting attacked by Ben's equivalent of BB-8.
And the Dwemer against Gylndan won't be able to hit either. He rolled a 6. So we move back to Gylndan.
I'm gonna hit him.
You're gonna hit him.
Yeah.
Just punch him.
I'm not gonna push him because I don't want him to fall into Doc. Let's go. Hit with advantage. 15.
Yeah. Roll damage.
Two-handed. Boom. Love it when a two-handed is not as effective as a one-handed.
Yep. That's this thing. Completely gone. Wiped. How do you?
Well, I'd like to think so. Everyone else has done so much damage to it that I just sort of. It's not even a very good hit. It's just sort of I get out of the way of its thing and just sort of manage to tap it a little bit. And you just hear this, when you drop like a phone or something, and you can hear it's broken. It's like that, and it just sort of stops, and I'll be like, "Oh, is that all it took?"
Just kind of stops still, like not doing anything. You can see the light inside of it.
You literally went in and found the off switch, and you just flicked the off switch. We're all there trying to bash it to death.
Pretty much, yeah. And the kind of light inside of it begins to fade, and eventually it's just this still, almost like just still set of armor, only now being kept up just by its own balance, I guess, of just
give it a push.
I mean, you could give it a push and just like knock it over. But yeah, this thing is.
We're aggressive, not savages.
It seems motionless. It seems like it's not doing anything. Oramis, it is your turn. There are still 3 little spider things running around, being all creepy.
Oramis isn't a huge fan of spiders.
That's fair.
So I'm just gonna sit with the goblin in the back here and make sure he doesn't run away.
I like that. I like that little bit of roleplay. That was quite nice.
Just gonna back away.
Nice. Doc,
lovely.
Anything on your turn?
I'm going to cast Detect Good and Evil.
Detect Good and Evil. Okay.
Yeah.
So you cast Detect Good. I'm guessing on these little dwarven things.
Well, for the duration, you know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. Similarly, you know if there is a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Magically consecrated. That's like magically tampered with in a way that would make it good or evil, I'm guessing.
Yes, basically. Whether something's like you would consider like a church to be like consecrated ground, I guess, because it's like I believe it's got religious connotations.
I think it does up to a point, but I think also religion in D&D comes under magic, so there is a sort of point. But the area around you is nothing. These things you don't get from looking at these things. You can't sense fey, fiends, anything like that around them, but you definitely get an almost sense of evil. You can definitely sense this almost there's a lawfulness about them. They follow something. You can sense they are literally made to follow something. They are lawful, but there is also an evil within them as well. There's an evil kind of part of them. I guess you could say. But yeah, around you, no fiend or fey or anything like that.
Okay.
But there is an evil resonance about these spiders and things in this room in particular. You are getting an evil sense as well. You sense Dob, and you do get a fairly chaotic evil sense from him. a very fairly strong chaotic evil thing from Dob, kind of emanating towards you. You can sort of feel it as this kind of sixth sense.
I sense your fear.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Anything else?
No,
Doc.
that's everything I want to do for now.
Cool. Mazzy?
Well, I feel like I'm going to just skip my go, because I don't think these things are going to attack, and I kind of want to know what they're going to do.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
So you want to delay
And
your
I
turn?
just don't really have anything to. I'm just gonna, maybe I'm gonna take a step back so I don't. Oh, would that be give me? I know he helped me 1 HP. I'm just gonna take a step back so we'll all just stand on the guy's corpse,
Okay.
knock him over, so I'm a little bit away.
Yeah, you just gotta step back and you knock this thing over.
Gonna backwards headbutt him over.
Dunk. Ka-junk. Dob, his go. He's still gonna be kind of looking on, but again, he's kind of you can tell he's a little curious too. Seeing you guys defeat this metal construct, this weird alien thing that he's never seen before, was probably fairly impressive to him. And again, he's watching what they're going to do. And these things, you start, so you're kind of looking on at them, and they sort of like look around the room. It's almost like they're scanning the room, and then they make their way back up to this sort of pipe. They climb these columns way back, and they make their way up to this sort of pipe. And if the room's about 15 foot tall and moved 5 foot, they can probably make it to the ceiling on their turn. Anyway, but they are all kind of now converging. By the end of the turn, they're now converging around this vent, this pipe that they came from.
Anyone else here will certainly know we've arrived.
Yeah, I believe they're going to go and find any of those other fighting robots and sort of stay with them. That is my belief. So I think if not that we
Need to
can
get the
follow them
idols.
because they're going up to an event, but yeah. So I think there's going to be more of them in this cave thing that we're in. So be aware. Basically. That's what I'm going to say.
It's not a cave. It's a dwarven something.
This is a dwarven forge or dwarven ruin,
right,
as far
in
as you
this
guys can tell.
dwarven ruin.
I forgot to say,
the
it is really
sass
old
on
as well.
that.
You can see like a.
And
you
they
can
call it
see there's
a mine.
dust everywhere.
Oh my!
Mine.
I forgot to say before, it does seem very, very old. Like there is dust everywhere, cobwebs and all sorts kind of in there. Dust kind of fills the air. You can tell as your kind of things walk by.
Do we split up to look for the idols faster, or do we go around as a group? There's 2 exits
Considering
here.
how easy that was, I don't know.
Problem is, we've got 1 main healer. I know we've got potions, but
If we think,
I'm happy to keep going as a group.
If we think there's likely to be more, I think it's probably better to stick together.
We don't know what we're going to find. We could end up having like 10 of them in one room or something. So yeah, probably best to stick together. But it
Are we
would be
going
fun
left
to.
or right?
Now, before we decide, I'm just sort of zoomed in a little bit on that right hand, what looks like a door. There looks like there's like a triangular corner just cut out. Is that actually something? Is that
yes. I meant to reveal that, sorry. That is the marking for a locked door.
Right.
This is the marking for nothing. But yeah, on this right side, you can see this kind of iron door.
Did the contract?
Unless testing it, you guys wouldn't.
Did the construct come out of that?
No, he came out of the other side. So
They both came out of the
side.
left. Okay.
They both come out of the left. But on the right side, again, it's this sort of like dwarven metal door.
right? But it's pretty old, right?
Can I try?
Do you want me to try and...
Big push.
Yeah, you have a crack. Oramis, this is locked. Do you want to have a go with your thieves' tools?
Sure thing.
I'd say probably by now you're out of initiative as well. And these things have disappeared now. These construct thingies of these little spiders have, well, fucking big, terrifying spiders have skittled away back into their vent. Yeah, if you guys wanna, have a go with thieves' tools, you'd have a light push against it, and there's nothing. You can't seem to open it, and yeah, with a 16, you kind of put your thing in. It's a very, very old lock, something that you would definitely know how to pick. These dwarves were architects, architects and miners, not necessarily locksmiths. So you managed to open the door. You hear this kind of chunk as this big sort of metal bar. You can feel it kind of just like slide in from the door, and it's sort of like there's this sort of like release of air, and this sort of dust blows up. This door clearly hasn't been opened in a very, 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 very long time.
Dust up, dodgy.
Right, so that's probably not what we're looking for in here.
And
that's a safe bet, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. If the spiders took the idols, they could be anywhere. But also, why would they? It's weird. So I'm guessing they just killed the goblins for territory, but if the idols aren't with them...
They took all the shiny things, though, and all the metal.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Maybe, what if they're going to get burnt? We need to move fast then.
You reckon they'll get melted down?
Well, I can't think of any other reason they'd take all the shitty swords.
Yeah, we are in a forge, so it would make sense.
But they could just be stacked waiting for a forge master.
That's true.
On two options there. On that note, if we are time constrained, would it be best to split up or continue as a group?
I think two as a group. It's very easy. If you're in a two, once someone goes down, you're in a heap of trouble.
That is a good point.
So Oramis has opened this?
Yeah, Oramis has opened this. It's
have a quick look in here.
What kind of heavy door, and it's pushed out. Which way are you going to go? Up or down?
Ooh, interesting. Well,
as I got dark vision, can I see to the end of this corridor?
Yeah. You can definitely see to the end of this corridor, and it kind of I can just tell you now. If you're kind of having a look down the corridors, they both kind of lead to these different rooms.
Oh, so they're open to the same room. Okay, fine. Are they locked?
Doesn't matter what you say. You're not the end man.
The rooms themselves aren't locked. Yeah, you can open the door.
Come along, Dob.
Oh yeah, Dob. Dob's got to move along as well. He's gonna kind of follow very, 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 very closely behind you.
So I can't turn myself back around.
Can you not turn yourself back around?
Oh yeah, no, I got it. That's cool. It's just too zoomed in that I couldn't actually click
on it. Right, yeah, I see. It is very, very awkward. Yeah, so if you open the door to this place in here, then inside reveals a room. There is a room. From the basic look of things, this looks like a sort of workshop. There is kind of like tools and hammers and little just general kind of tools and parts and mechanisms, all stuff that you kind of recognize from these dwarven construct things. And again, as you're kind of moving through now, you can hear this sort of little more mechanical noise, a little more mechanical noise from the pipes that are still like going along on the ceiling. That you can hear this probably from these the spiders and stuff that are moving around. I don't know if having investigate they can, but you do see a lot of random papers and stuff spread over the. I don't think it's going to be beneficial,
desks. But
Doc is
yeah,
pretty much going to investigate this entire thing because he's quite interested in.
All right.
I'm clearly not interested at all.
His curiosity is aroused having discovered this place.
Well, so having a look around, there's like I said, a lot of these dwarven metal scrap parts. You can kind of collect. Some of these. Doc, you'd know that if you were to find somewhere dwarven metal, obviously being quite hard to mine and stuff. Any little bits like this would be fairly beneficial if you wanted to take them. If you wanted to take them, you can add like a small bag of dwarven scrap metal.
Yeah.
I guess if you wanted to, maybe to study later or something like that.
Yeah.
Ben, I'm guessing we're really far out of where you would typically find something like this.
Yes.
What's Dwarven territory then? Or if you don't know, that's fine.
Dwarven territory is you guys would know, and JJ would know especially, is Hawksmoor. Hawksmoor is a Dwarven city, much like White Parish is an Elven city. Hawksmoor and those mountains are considered as Dwarven territory. It's like they're not officially Dwarven territory, but if you go through there, you'll see lots of Dwarven villages and mines. Especially those mountains have been reaped for their stuff, because they are another big thing of this dwarven iron, dwarven steel rather. This is it's kind of weird that they're all the way out here. Kind of weird that all this is out here from Hawksmoor, and Gylndan with a 17, amongst a bunch of papers, a little. The life force for this thing is quite tiring and exhausting for a wizard, and doing it too many times can be potentially even fatal.
I'm not particularly fond of these spiders.
Is there a way to reverse that? So with this, now obviously I've got this cracked Dark and Focus. If I gave it to, for example, Gylndan, could he could it help him?
Yeah, he could kind of resupply it with a certain power, and it would work just like new. I'm not doing that for you, Mazzy, though. An arcane focus is a very personal thing for a wizard.
Fair enough. I sort of meant that is there a way that he can then take the power from it, and could he benefit himself?
No. Okay. It's generally like one arcane focus.
You do magic using it, but it would feel a bit wrong, like wearing someone else's shoes.
Yeah. Okay. So because you didn't create it. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Does it have sorry, I keep asking questions about it because I've got one. Does it can I tell who created it from looking at it? Does it have a signature sort of thing? That I can definitely tell who.
No, as far as you can see, it's just this small little gem that maybe has this almost faint discoloration in the middle of it, of where it has been magically imbued. But as far as you know, it's just this small, almost like my fist sized. So that's not really small for a gem, but this fist sized green, now cracked, big sort of crack in the middle gem.
Okay.
Where would you like to go next? Would you like to move up, move down, move left, move right?
Well, I'm just going to say, if we looks like if we go right, we go off the map.
Oh, actually, yeah, turn the lights off. I'll be down in an hour or so. So yeah.
Keep going right.
Oh yeah, it was lovely. Thank you. Lovely.
I'm just wondering when that goes.
Yeah, keep going right.
Just see what's this like.
I assume it sort of end up coming to the same as straight on up, but yeah, fine.
Dob.
Yeah, it does.
I'm not going to ask you again, Dob.
Yeah, Dob's gonna shyly follow on.
Oh, don't
Why?
do that.
Beware he's on 1 HP.
It's just I don't think he is anymore.
Killed him with a disciplinary kick.
We're on a mission. We haven't got time for his nonsense.
Well, I'll tell him if he stays behind again, he has to lead the group at the front. He's the one who goes through all the doors first.
Oh, do you think the idols are arcane folk? Oh, I don't know. Interesting. I think there's something a bit more to this.
Alright, well,
Do you at a door, Doc?
Yeah, let's try left first.
Okay. Yeah, moving left, you can open this door, and it's another workshop. It's almost like a twin workshop to this one. The other one seemed to be working with smaller parts. This one seems to be working with much larger bits of much larger, almost like sheets of this metal, but shaped sheets. They have been shaped to some extent. This is a lot of engraving, a lot of small engraving and things like that on them. If you want to do, you could make a check to have a look around if there's anything else.
Yeah, I'm pretty
interesting.
much going to investigate every room we go into because Doc is
hella interested.
Hella interested, yes, given his
background.
Phrase this? Yeah.
Heritage.
Yeah.
His backstory. Yeah, roll me investigation.
I think we all have.
Oh, right. That's the.
Apart from Mazzy.
That's the one.
I'm not really intrigued by this room.
Okay.
No.
Again, you're
When someone
you're
tells
looking
Mazzy
around.
something valuable, he'll then start looking around.
Exactly.
Oh, arcane focuses, you say?
No,
yeah,
my luck,
again,
you're going to open one of these crates and it's going to be an arcane focus.
These are they're meant to be tables. They're meant to be tables. I did very, very crude drawings. So yeah, from this one you actually find, especially with Gylndan's 18, you find some information actually about these soldiers, the slightly larger, brutier one that they found. As far as you can tell from this one, it's very, very similar to the other one. It has an arcane focus in its chest. Uses that to power itself. A little more power.
See you later,
See you guys in a bit.
A little more power is needed to power these ones. So stronger magical essence. These ones, yeah, they are meant to be this sort of battle unit, this main sort of infantry battle unit. The problem they keep having with them is that obviously it takes a lot of cogs and parts and stuff. So it seems they never really figured it out. But trying to, it's obviously very, very heavily armored. But even through this heavy armor, a fairly big hit against this heavy armor would cause a lot of vibrations internally to maybe mess with a lot of the little parts. That's what these repair units were. Kind of there for, to come in and fix these things mid-fight, mid-battle. They've got these two blades, these kind of short sword-sized blades on their arms that they can retract. Their hands are simple, kind of open, close kind of things. They don't really have a lot of intelligence. Things like that. Much like those ones, they're just there to follow orders of their kind of master, of their thing. And their basic sentience is just, yeah, I follow whatever my master tells me to do.
So I assume if I go back to those two that we killed earlier, would they also be cracked arcane focus gems?
They would indeed, as they've been killed.
We go into the room and you keep popping off.
I haven't entered the room. You guys are investigating in there. You haven't seen me leave. I've been standing here all this time.
You don't see me.
You don't see me.
Alright, let's move on again, and I guess we'll go left again. Doc is kind of going to lead the charge to this place.
Yeah,
okay, that is the door in front of you.
He's strolling around with sort of quite a purpose, like, but once he's ascertained,
okay.
Well,
sort of
I think we've all established this has got something to do with, as I said, your heritage. So we'll let you take the lead.
Oramis,
that is a door in front of you to another room.
Should I have a crack at the door?
Yeah, I'll look. Someone want to grab the goblin?
It's open. If it's got that kind of diagonal thing, it means it's a locked door. If it's just got a straight one, it means that you just test the door and it just opens.
Nice.
Yeah, Ben's got strats in it, boy. Yeah, so you open up the door, and Ben wrote.
Sorry, Doc. Looks like we're leaving.
Doc can also go to this place. That same door.
Fair enough.
Is that the end of the corridor?
Yeah.
This room seems to be some kind of artifact room. There's a lot of random bits around, small little daggers, books, notes, all different types of stuff in this room. A lot of old dwarven stuff. There's this little. The only real thing to note is you could just put like dwarven plate or something like that if you wanted to. Could just put something like a dwarven plate or something like that. There's like papers all over the walls for these different ideas for designs. Like they had ideas for something that resembles some sort of larger mobility vehicle. They had something which almost resembled some sort of like magical tank almost, but it had its own sentience, like all these things. Yeah, lots of different. They had ideas for making these spider things much bigger and giving them kind of more military offensive application. Lots of different designs and ideas.
Ben, is there anything to suggest that people were living here? Because there seems to be quite a big setup.
Well, if you went into this room, you might find out.
Can I just shout at Dob for falling behind again?
Oh yeah.
What's with the double B's?
Says the man.
Says the man. What's with the double B's?
Says the man himself. So in this room, it's almost slightly ajar anyway. As you open it, there's some stuff behind it. It seems like it was meant to be. There was an attempt to barricade it shut. And this is a sort of table, and strewn across the table, you see this dwarven skeleton. The kind of robes and the clothing on it is starting to kind of fade and thing away. And in his back, the kind of things across the rib cage have been cracked and broken. And underneath its skull is this note. And for this note, I will put it in the Discord. To maybe learn a little more about this place. Done. Bam. 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 And as you guys can probably translate it, I'll read it out for our esteemed viewers. It says 21 Jundig, which I just made up. You can probably guess that that's what they called the months
I'm gonna guess
and
that's
stuff.
June.
So it's found another spell. Yeah, found another spellcaster today. Doesn't look like you could power half a dozen of these things. Had a focus on it though, so it's not all lost. We just got to hold out now and hope another caster comes along. We have the tools, we have the parts. We just need to give them power. 5 Julidas. Found a spellcaster and his troop out today. Had a good test of the battle units. They wiped the floor with them. Turns out this caster's damn powerful. Boss reckons he'll get the rest of the regiment up and ready soon. 12 Julidas. The wizard went mad. He's more powerful than we thought and tricked us all. The focuses he powered were tainted with his magic, and he turned them against us. We managed to gut him before the battle units chased us into the chapel. I don't think we'll hold out very long in here. Mars, save our souls.
Whoa.
And as you see now, there is this small little idol to Mars, this sort of shield with these two kind of crosses on either side of the shield.
So it's a godlike deity.
This is this sort of like mini chapel.
Right.
Mini chapel, mini office, shrine sort of place. So TLDR, it kind of seems like they found this wizard out on patrol, and they were using him, like I said earlier, to power these arcane focuses and such. But he turned on them. He was maybe an evil wizard and gave them slightly more controlled power, or maybe he took over them or whatever, and he turned the battle units against the dwarves that were living here.
Maybe that's the corruptions you were feeling earlier, Doc. This all makes me feel very uncomfortable as a wizard.
Yeah.
Not a fan of being used like this.
I mean, you obviously don't have any information to go off yet, but I presume when we do get more information, would you, as a wizard, Gylndan, know other wizards or other people of your kind who could do something like this? But we don't know yet, so...
Well, I'm sure they could, but this seems like a very inappropriate use of magic for me, you know. I'm sure there are people that could do it. I'm sure I could do it, but I'm not going to.
I mean, you could. You can make a history check, but I can tell you now, like, there's been dozens of wizards, hundreds of wizards over the age. A lot of which have turned evil. A lot of which stayed good. If they're in the north, maybe they were trying to escape somewhere or something, or society maybe. So, yeah. I mean, you can probably assume that.
Fair enough.
It's just a bad dude. They just got unlucky and happened upon the wrong guy.
So I believe we have... Sorry, Karen.
I was going to say, Doc is going to try and take the body of this man and just carry it out. It
is a skeleton.
Take the skeleton of this dwarf and carry it out. And he'll probably take it, spend sort of 10 minutes or something, carry it, quite carefully to the the main entrance and just rest it there and then come back again.
I think, to be honest, looks like we're going to head back that way and go in the other direction. So,
there's one more avenue to explore.
Is there?
Yeah, there is a much longer avenue you guys can explore. I didn't mean to thing it there quite.
Yeah.
Oh, is it that corridor on the left? Right. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. There is more to this. There is more to this corridor.
Alright. Well,
Oh, Dobbs, interested.
Oh, he's learnt his lesson now, hasn't he?
Oh, wait, that's a corridor and a half.
Ooh.
For all you corridor fans out there.
There's also a room on your right, which, if you look inside, this seems to be some kind of toolsmiths. There is evidence of things in here to being blacksmiths and stuff. As you go down this corridor, it's getting a lot hotter. A lot hotter. And as you're...
sorry, can I just retcon something?
Yeah.
With because we noticed the increased heat earlier, I think Doc's gonna take off his like winter cloak that he bought.
Yeah, I was about to say
and he's
something.
gonna like lay that down, and then put like he's gonna lay that down in like the main like entrance hall and put the bones on top of that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I think I am going to also leave my coat take it back to the front and leave it there. So when we
leave it at the door.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean, I don't want to leave it in this corridor and then find out that we go back and down the other corridor.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Well,
fair.
it's more like if I was going to take off my cloak, I'd have just like stuffed it in my pack. But seeing as Doc's taken this skeleton to sort of,
yeah, that
look
makes
after,
sense.
He's decided it won't just rest on the floor. He'll put his cloak down as a.
Well, let's just say then I left my cloak in the corner of the entrance, not visible, but I know where it is, so I can get it on the way back.
Okay.
Simple.
Yeah. So this place seems like a toolsmith's. There's evidence of blacksmiths' tools and iron casting things, and much smaller kind of forges in this room. If anyone wanted to, they could pick up smith's tools from this room. They could pick up some smithing tools. You don't have to use them, but you could pick them up to maybe learn. It would take a while to learn them. But
how much are smithing tools if you sell them?
Sell them to a blacksmith. You could probably sell smithing tools to the right blacksmith for like probably around 50 gold as well, 40 to 50. As well, because it comprises of a lot of different stuff. You know, like you got the mask, the apron, the tongs, hammers, that kind of thing. Like certain tongs and spades and things for heating things and bending things and moving things.
Oh, I won't take anything actually. Don't really like anything that's going on in here.
See another locked door up ahead?
There is indeed a locked door right here. This one.
Oramis.
I'm coming.
Oramis. Yeah, if you wanna give me a thieves' tools check to unlock this door. Yeah, that definitely. That'll definitely unlock the door. That'll definitely do it. But as you kind of unlock the door and you push it, and it does open a little bit, but it seems like something's barricaded the other side. You can get about maybe halfway in, or you can like get sort of near the doorway, and you can see inside, but you can't quite push yourself through.
Can we see what's blocking the door?
Yeah, blocking the door would be this large wooden kind of wooden bookcase, and a wooden bookcase like pressed up against the door, and this like table as well, kind of pushed up to try and block the door. You can make an athletics check to move it, to try and move and push your way in.
Oramis, if you make the athletics check, Mazzy and I will support you.
I'm not going to do that. I've got a +6 on athletics, and I rolled 2 8s.
Yeah, so we're supporting Oramis, Ben, so gets advantage.
Yeah.
I'd probably say.
Would you like to hear how we're supporting him? So we're both holding him by arm and leg, and he's got his arms out, and we just run at the door in the very short space that we've got.
He's pushing as hard as he can, and we're behind him, like pushing his shoulders, like you can do it. Push harder.
I'd probably say you managed to get through. It's a squeeze through. It's definitely a squeeze through.
Is he not pushing the door? All right, cool. So is he in there just by himself?
No. There is now enough space for all of you to kind of push your way in, and this seems to be like this small office space. Lots of papers strewn around. In the corner, this skeleton, again, this dwarven skeleton, kind of just lying there motionless.
And motionless.
Lots and lots of stuff thinking around.
Doc will,
if
there's another skeleton, Doc will repeat the process. He'll pick it up and he'll take it to the front and lie it with the other one.
Okay. And with that investigation, Oramis, you can kind of pick up these papers, and though you don't understand anything on it, no, you do. You speak Dwarvish, don't you?
I speak Dwarvish, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. So with these papers, you can understand, again, written in this old, very, very old Dwarvish, is something you guys haven't seen yet. Something a little more daunting. The title reads Dwarven Centurion.
Oh dear.
From the measurements that are given from the thing, it seems like there is. It seems big, much bigger, much more. Well, not much more, but heavily plated, more elaborately thinged as well, more elaborately sort of made. Yeah, there are a lot. There's lots and lots of notes about things like potential weaknesses and potential things like that. These are meant to be the sort of
notes.
So if the battle units are like the infantry, these are sort of generals and captains and almost like cavalry. So once you've sent these first infantry units in, you'll just decimate what's left with these massive centurion units.
What was the weaknesses, Ben? Or Oramis?
Roll me another investigation to kind of decipher the weaknesses from looking at the or intelligence. I think investigation is intelligence anyway. So, 5. Yeah, I mean, anyone else can. Anyone else can
have a look, Oramis.
Not really sure what this is. Someone else take it.
Oh well,
I'll
forget
take
it.
It's all right.
The one guy who can't speak the language is going to have a look.
This
Can you speak it also?
We're reading it aloud,
Yeah,
and Matt's
yeah.
just like beautiful minding, like putting it all together in his head. Like, as he's
I'm
like
learning.
connecting the dots,
Yeah.
and we're all like, the cat went. This is the shopping list.
Yeah, I've been studying clearly in my spare time.
So you can't really make much out. You can tell it has something to do with heat. Something to do with this thing produces a great amount of heat.
Love it.
This thing produces a quite large amount of heat inside of itself, and it has all sorts of vents and stuff to help it take in and expel this heat. And because of the power used by needed by the arcane focus to kind of keep itself going and move this ginormous thing, it definitely seems like something heat based. It could maybe do something to this thing, put an obstacle in his way for some reason, I guess. Yeah, and that's pretty much everything you find in this room.
Fair enough.
Should we push forward? Where's
Right,
Dom?
Well, but where the hell is Dob?
Dob's all the way down the bottom. He's
I was going to
Dob.
say, get up here. I was going to say before we entered this room, it looked like a double door, but well, we're into.
It is a double door.
But I was going to say this. No, okay, well, yeah, that was something to say.
And
But
as you-
I was going to say more.
Oramis, when you enter places, do you run in and then slide? You sort of try to break and just slide further into the room.
I'm like
You'll
a
zoom
kid
in.
showing off to their parents. I just do stuff and just look back and hope someone's seen and be like,
Did you see me?
See, I was more thinking of it as like you just assuming there's something bad inside this room, waiting around the corner. So you just sprint in like, don't get me.
Or you Han Solo shoulder charge in.
Yeah.
It's clear.
So this room is strange. It almost looks like some kind of assembly line. There's part-built battle units and part-built repair units and these big just parts everywhere. This place has clearly been ransacked, but there is enough there to realize that this is some greater workshop for the actual production of these of these things. Again, the things on here, but there does seem to be some kind of contraption over here. A small room, a cage that you would have to like pull aside and enter, and a lever inside. From there, you can see this great amount of light not pouring into the room, but a lot of this warm light, and in here it is getting really fucking hot. Lots of stuff around here. You can investigate. You can take pieces or whatever. There is like evidence of like smaller little bits, like smaller blades and things like that, used for used for helping as well.
Bloody hell, Mazzy.
Investigating.
Bloody hell, Mazzy. Yeah, Mazzy's doing a bit of a thorough investigation.
It's not really going to matter, but I think I'm just going to I've got guidance, which I never use. I think because this is of such interest to Doc, I'm pretty much going to be constantly casting guidance on myself.
Fair enough.
To add one d4 to all my investigations. That's a 1. So I've got an 8 rather than a 7.
Lovely. Yeah.
I think my 24 might have beaten you, JD.
Yeah, it might. But I'm just going to say this now. That's basically what Doc's going to be doing. He's constantly casting guidance so he can investigate as well as he possibly can, even if it's shit.
So, Mazzy and the gang.
I'll let that should be the team name.
That's probably
Mazzy, given you have a nat 20. You can add 5 arcane focuses into your
the fuck?
Are these
into
pure?
your thing. These are pure, unused, untamed arcane focuses.
That's 250 gold to the right vendor. You got some bargaining power, my friend.
You can also add Tinker's tools. If anyone could add these. Someone could add Tinker's tools to their inventory if they wanted to, as there's a lot of different little parts necessary to put things together, little screws and bolts and all sorts of stuff. There are evidence of these really heavy sort of plates there, a little bit big for you guys, but I mean maybe you could take some of this stuff and I don't know get it taken to some kind of blacksmith or something like that. If you wanted to take some Dwemer metal plating, you could add that to take it to a blacksmith to make it into something. It would be pretty pricey, but yeah.
I think what would be
you definitely could do.
I'll say is if we once we finish searching, if we take the metal, I'll explain the value of the metal. It's if we take as much as we can reasonably carry, without over encumbering ourselves. But it's probably better if we come back for it rather than just toting it about with us all the time.
Yeah, sensible.
That's fair enough.
In this room, is it just the bit below Mazzy, or is that a door up to the left?
No. So from here, you can tell that there is some kind of. It's strange. So there's this small kind of flap, this wooden flap in the thing, and a little, tiny little bit sticks out. It's almost, and there's this sort of chain, almost like a conveyor belt sort of thing that leads into the darkness over here. It's not quite big enough for anyone to kind of squeeze through, unless you wanted to send Dob in there.
Maybe
in the room. You certainly could do. I don't see why not. Oh my god, my iPad's about to die. But yeah, that's kind of it. It's not turned on. There is a small lever next to it. From in there, actually, you can probably see a couple of stones and stuff still kind of still on the conveyor belt itself, but it just kind of leads off into sort of darkness.
Okay, so is that all to this side of the forge?
That isn't all to this side of the forge, as there is this door.
It looks like a double door, doesn't it? Yeah.
There's this sort of
double door.
It's this sort of cage into this small sort of room, and you can all kind of step in there. I know I only made it 5 feet, but you could all step in there. It'd be a bit of a squeeze, but you all could.
Cozy.
It kind of feels like we're going to enter a huge room right now, and possibly the forge itself.
I think this might be some kind of lift.
Oh right.
Based on the small cage and the lever.
Oh, the levers. Yeah. Yes. Sorry.
Potentially, yes. Are you going to step in and pull the lever?
Do we want to go in, or do we want to keep going round and come back here?
Since we're already here, might as well go up and see what we can find.
We can exit the other way, I guess.
I feel like we, yeah.
Dob, heal, Dob.
He doesn't have any healing for himself.
No, heal like a dog.
Then the dog, yeah.
Oh, right, okay. So you enter this small cage thing. It's pretty heavy. As you all kind of walk in at the same time, you can hear this but it seems to hold as well.
Doc, get out.
It does seem to it does seem to hold the weight. Dob is like very, very like scared of what's going on right now. He's like mushed up between you guys' legs.
Why are we still keeping him?
And you pull.
Yeah.
Do you pull the lever?
Pull the lever, Kronk.
Hang on. I really don't like how Ben's asked that. I really don't like it.
Who wants to lose
a little bit of metagaming going on there, Sam. But
I think we would pull the lever.
But
we would pull the lever.
You would pull the lever. You can pull the lever.
It's a trap
you pull the lever. It's a bit awkward with all of you stood in there, but you do, and you hear this kind of, and then this sort of, and you can see these chains from the other side start, or you can hear these chains rather, kind of going up and down. You feel yourselves traversing down, and you're traversing down for what, like 30 seconds or something like that, and the door on the other side of you is completely shut off, by the way. It's like a complete thing door, so you'd have to open the door. I'm assuming that you would open the door. I'm assuming you would open the door.
Yeah.
You walk into the main forge itself. You walk in, and this great gust of like bursting hot air hits you all in the face, and you walk onto this sort of gangway, and you look down, and it is literally like a 200-foot drop into just molten lava.
Oh,
right. Anyone fancy a swim?
Into this molten lava,
be swinging for long
beneath the surface. You can feel the sort of updraft of this heat as it flies up, and as you're sort of in this mountain, the ceiling also goes like quite a way up. You can see these pipes as well sticking out from the side of the place, sort of not on the ceiling, just like coming about halfway up and sort of dropping down in various points. And stood here. He's actually a bit small. He's more like that big. Is this dwarven centurion?
Oh dear.
It seems so from the things. It currently isn't. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. It doesn't seem to be on. In fact, it's actually facing the other way.
Do you think he'd appreciate a push into the lava?
It doesn't move.
I'm really hoping that the fucking hell, what we're looking for again? The stones.
The idols.
Yeah, the idols. I'm really hoping he's not holding them when you push him.
The idols are not my main concern, Mazzy. I'm going to level with you. The giant fucking centurion is.
Yeah, so you're kind of so you enter this room. Around here at the very, very back, it's probably quite hard to see behind the centurion, but you could see this. This is a chest. This is actually meant to be a chest, overflowing with, from what you can see from all the way back here, metal items and metal trinkets and all sorts. In between all of these gangways and stuff are these sort of almost like trays held up by like chains. From what you can assume, they're to like pull the metal down to different heights above the lava to melt different metal at different rates. That sort of thing, and cool them at different rates as well. All these black squares again, like columns, keeping this thing up, keeping this kind of stone platform, plinth, whatever you want to call it, up from the ground. What would you like to do?
Can I? Well, this might be an unpopular opinion. Could we end the session there? Is that all right?
It is 11 o'clock. So
I was expecting something big to happen. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think we might get into something big, and I think that's right on for you.
Yeah, I think it's probably better to start next session with what potentially could happen. Cool.
Big boy's going into lava. That's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Big boy might be going into might be going into lava.
Really hoping none of us fall into lava here.
Yeah,
it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll just brush it off.
A little more about this centurion, by the way. He's almost this big sort of this big sort of like circle. If you imagine this sort of big, kind of jagged almost circle, its arms like not particularly long, kind of like short and stubby. It holds this great hammer in this one hand. It almost looks like it's sort of like welded into its hand, almost like it has to hold this, has to hold this hammer. You can see from what the thing was talking about, these sort of little tubes come out of it. Maybe tubes come out of all different sorts of places. Like in little juts between its armor. Its armor is a lot thicker as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well,
sweet.
That was
Well, there we
Cheers.
are.
Fair enough.
Cheers, Ben.
good session.
Hope you all enjoyed
Cheers.
a bit of dungeon delving. Well, not really dungeon, but something
Forging.
delving.
A bit of forging.
Forging. That's, I like that.